Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on YouTube, happy birthday us. That's right, it's Cultaholic's birthday, and what better way to celebrate that getting together with two of my favourite people of all of Cultaholic, who are all 100% fit and healthy and ready for this Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast. You're listening to the dulcet tones of Maffew, the lovely hat of Jack, and the sniffling of Ross on wrestling. How you doing, Ross?
Dun 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 dun. Ooh, ah! I've got a cold.
Okay, fair enough.
That was completely worth it.
Thank you, Ross.
That's how it goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Disturbed. This down with the
I'm
sickness.
certainly disturbed after hearing that.
I'm a hot, sweaty mess, everybody. More so than normal. That's why I've got my Côte d'Ivoire wristbands on.
Côte d'Ivoire.
Côte d'Ivoire.
Why is
Authentic
that?
French
Oh,
accent.
Good morning.
Oh, I thought you were actually using them for their intended purpose.
Oh yeah, because I'm a sweaty man.
I thought it was.
And we're in here for the long haul with no aircon, so it's gonna
Is it-
get.
is
I've
it
never
I-
seen someone use them for the proper purpose. I
Is
thought
it
just
I-
doing it to look good.
Is it
no.
Ivory Coast or is it Ireland?
It's Ivory Coast. It's got the elephant on.
Oh, I see. Fantastic. I'm trying to think of a similar sort of wrestling song that I can.
How old is Cultaholic now?
4.
Four.
4.
Four. We're out in nappies and everything.
Yeah.
Nice. Could that have happened earlier than that? I don't know.
Well, for
No,
goodness-
by 4,
well, for
you'd
goodness-
hope so. But,
Starting
you know.
school.
Starting school.
Yeah,
Oh.
repeating the words that mummy and daddy say when they're a bit angry and saying, no, don't repeat that.
Yeah.
What else can you do at 4? Get in the army.
That's it. I
Go down the pub.
get served cigarettes.
Vote.
You can't in certain parts of the northeast.
But yeah, who'd have thunk it?
Yeah, it's a long time, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's actually quite a big stage of our lives now.
Yeah.
It's awful.
It is weird how quick time goes when you look back at it. But at the time, it doesn't feel like it's going quickly at all.
Those first few podcasts felt like they lasted for years. But ever since then, it's been wow, straight through.
Doing a 3.5 hour, whatever. Yeah, 4, by the way, the number of hours we'll probably get up to in these podcasts. They seem less painful and less long than those first few ones we did.
I don't want to know how many days we've spent doing this podcast, if you add up all the hours together.
That'll be somebody on there.
Statistician of the
No,
Cultaholic
no.
Wrestling Podcast who sends in the Patreon things and all that malarkey.
Rubbing his hands
Can
around
you
his
work out
Don't do
how
it.
long, accumulatively, the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast has lasted for over the past, almost 4 years?
I don't think I want to know.
I'm always worried when you word it like that, how long it's lasted for, because I'm worried that he does it, we'll get, all right, yeah, it's over. Be good coincidence. Anyway, let's go into the news. AEW, the big news this week, and a lot of it this week. John Moxley enters inpatient alcohol treatment program, and we found this out by Tony Khan, tweeting, John Moxley has allowed me to share this with you. He's entering an inpatient alcohol treatment program. John is a beloved member of the AEW family. We all stand with him and Renee and all his family and friends as he shifts towards his focus to recovery. John is making a very brave choice to get help, and we're embracing his choice and supporting him wherever we can.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very glad, one, that, Moxley himself has realised, like, this is the right decision. And two, that AEW have gone, yep, that's the priority. Who cares about the tournament that he's still in?
Right.
Like, let's just get him straight out of there. And yeah, it's all been handled as well as it could. Obviously, it's very sad, but it's also hopeful as well, I think, at the same time.
Well said, Jack. Yeah. Well said. And yeah, it's like, yeah, it's just a tournament. It's just wrestling. Get your health sort out. It's like, yeah, we can. This is how wrestling can be on a big level.
I think it's that was hammered home during Punk's, I don't even want to call it a promo.
Yeah.
That's speech, that motivational speech with a lovely message on Dynamite this week, that the sort of mantra that you have to work, hurt, and put everything in your life to one side, that's gone now from wrestling at that level, at least in AEW.
Yeah.
And that's just good, isn't it? People shouldn't have to be bent, breaking their backs, like literally, metaphorically, whatever, just to put on a wrestling show. They should be able to take some time off when they need it. So good on everyone involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't move on there. After 20 years of trying with WF in 94, ECW in 98, CCW in 2000, XPW in 2001, and kind of doing it, but not really in 2017 with CCW, Onita finally had a proper no-rope barbed wire exploding stadium show in America with the out-of-retirement Matt Tremont at the FMWE/H2 Destiny show at the Trenton Thunder Ballpark in New Jersey.
Is Matt Tremont doing all right?
No.
Because I remember on the news this week we were reporting that there was a fire spot and he got taken to hospital and hopefully he's all right.
All the things I've read of the recording of this podcast, it's been recorded on a Thursday afternoon, as opposed to a Friday morning. So all news subject to change, as that gets us out of some trouble. Matt Tremont was still in the Burns Ward.
Oh, man.
But Matt Tremont, being a deathmatch wrestler, he came out of retirement for this.
Yeah.
It's, in the weird way I'm saying this, he probably knew what it was going to be like, but worth it just to have that. Because I needed a deathmatch dude, is like, you know, how you look up to... What's a
Avril Lavigne.
Avril Lavigne. Thank you for helping me there, Ross. Yes.
Avril Lavigne.
Jack, I can't go with the gig anymore. I'm too tired. Avril Lavigne there. Get my coat.
Avril Lavigne.
I don't know what
Wow,
that came from.
yeah. No, we went to a karaoke bar the past couple of months at some point. Cozy Joe's in Newcastle.
Oh, I love Cozy Joe's.
What an establishment.
Oh, yeah, a little bit of karaoke.
Anyway, Dan, one of the lovely editors here at Cultaholic, decided to do a bit of a prank on me and sign me up for Skater Boy, actually, by Avril Lavigne. Now I'm thinking, did he ask Ross what he should put me up
No,
for?
he didn't. He asked me whether he should do it, and I was like, yeah, go for it.
But it didn't
I was
work.
game for me. I was ready for a bit of karaoke.
It didn't work because when I went up to when it was my name on the thing, the bloke said, well, "You're not allowed to." I guess to prevent this sort of thing from happening, he went, "Well, you didn't ask for that, so you can't do it." And I was like, "Oh, all right, fair enough."
Oh,
So-
there's rules and etiquette in karaoke.
Why? Yeah, it's what a place. I mean, yeah, I suppose so.
Cozy, like serious Joes. But yeah.
What a weird place, eh? I had a TV
yeah.
screen, much like that one. Not quite as big as that, but you know, still
Yeah.
a flat screen TV, just with a montage of former customers inside of Cozy Joe's having a good time. Me and Richard stood there for, it felt like half an hour, just looking, gazing at these wonderful human beings, having the greatest time. Just filled your heart with glee.
I like the fact that you have to book a room and you all go in and the door shuts behind you like it's some sort of like...
Oh, we were in the public.
Now we're in the karaoke.
We were in with the people.
The people.
We were in the public bit. We didn't have a room.
Oh, the unwashed masses.
I know, yeah.
You all right?
Got
Yeah,
recognised
fine.
as well.
Is that why you,
Yes.
is
That
that,
doesn't happen anymore, but it happened in Cozy Joe's.
Oh, it happened to me.
do you not get recognised anymore?
Not as much. Not
You got a
nearly
beard.
as much.
Well, that's probably why I did it.
It happened to me. You know what? I've after not being recognised for months, actually, I've been recognised twice this past week, so that's quite. I know.
Check
But
superstar
one of them
out.
was just a lad walk. I went to the Garage Cafe yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
For a lovely sausage sandwich. They're fantastic, aren't they?
Awesome, aren't they?
And on the way back to the office, because it's a pretty short walk, I walked past just these two lads, and one just went, "It's John the Jobber," just kept walking, like as if he didn't like want to talk to me or anything. I was like, "Fair enough." John the Jobber, and I went, "Oh, you're all right."
It might be the same guy, but there was a lovely lad last week outside. That's the exact same place. And me and Tom were talking, and he almost did the double take you see in cheesy films, where it's like, Tom and Maffew, and he was like, "Oh, it was so cool, he's so nice and polite." It's like, "I'm doing film production." It's just cool. Yeah,
That's nice.
I said something like, "Make sure you zoom in, then you focus, then you zoom out."
I should also give a shout out to the lovely lad at the Tyne Bar who recognised me and Sam last week, few days ago now. Last
Tyne
week.
Bar?
The Tyne Bar, and he was from Hull.
Oh.
Lovely, yes. So shout out to both of those people. But no, generally, I agree with Ross. Don't get recognised nearly as much. All these young people who've never seen us, pathetic.
They've heard us
Nah.
on all the lovely podcast feeds. So, hey, Matt Tremont, hope you're doing all right there.
Yeah,
Yeah, of
bloody hell,
course,
back
yeah.
on
The
track.
explosions were awesome. It's got to be said.
We got recognised a few times. Guy,
Oh yeah, Matt Tremont,
unit.
currently in hospital. Jesus. Oh, speaking of which, Danhausen and Mance Warner, both injured at the Next Generation Wrestling Nightmare in the Old City event. They both went to the same hospital together with Warhorse taking photos. How can they coexist? No, they seem to be making the most of it. Danhausen's been tweeting about every 3 seconds, bless him, and doing good numbers. And someone brought a sign to AEW. Actually, a bunch of people.
There was a
Yeah,
few
actually,
of
there
them,
was a
aye.
bunch of them, wasn't there? Like
More
getting better.
signs than Simon Miller gets at AEW. Which is
That's a lot of signs.
I know.
That should be it. People recognise you if you want as a give us an up Simon sign. Speaking of
Out
which,
of context, that's fantastic, isn't it? Give me an up, Simon.
go on, Simon, lad. Yeah, do it for the lads.
Get up me there, Simon.
Get up there. Speaking of which, Mance Warner, Tom Lawler, and John Oliver were all releasing their MLW contracts this week. A lot of them seem very happy about this. I'm not sure why. MLW is going through a lot of changes at the minute, it seems. But it's weird where so-and-so's been released and they're like, hooray!
Yeah. I don't know.
Are they getting snippy snapped up?
Maybe. I don't know. It seems like these things, you sign up for MLW when, nothing was open. But now, everything's open again. I can leave now.
Oh, I was assuming that MLW was becoming like the next Evolve. Like the step before. But no, you might be right. It might be because they ran during the pandemic. I don't know.
Yeah. Interesting. In good contract news, though, Speedball Mike Bailey has signed to Impact.
He has been in the wilderness being Europe, for quite a lot of years.
Europe, Japan, and everywhere that isn't America.
Yeah.
Due to that visa thing with Canada, where if you get caught trying to sneak over the border, they'll say, no, you can't do it for 5 years, which is what happened to the Super Smash Brothers / Dark Order. So this will be very good news, because if it means he's coming to do an Impact, you'll have one of those fancy visas, and that'll mean a lot of good times for him.
Mm-hmm. It will do. I read an interesting headline. Didn't click the article. I committed the cardinal sin of internet wrestling news browsing, and it was like Speedball signed a contract with WWE, but then pulled out when they made clear they're changing direction with NXT or whatever. So he verbally agreed a contract with WWE, and then they were like, wait, we're not doing the indies anymore, pal, or something like that. Now, I might have just said that completely out of turn, but that's what I inferred from the title. It was on Figure 4 online, if you want to read the article properly.
Yeah, I saw this.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, so he didn't actually put pen to paper, but verbally agreed a deal, and then they were like, we're going to change our thing to young, not wrestling big men. And he was like, that's not me, that.
I can't.
Your new gimmick is Yeti. Okay, cool.
Here are some stilts.
I could be wrong here, to be fair, but I assumed from that story that WWE were the ones who'd pulled out, not Bailey, but I'm not sure.
I didn't read it. So
you know what we could do? Ask young James behind the thing there to verify this while Maffew talks about the next contract thingy.
The next contract thingy is Jimmy Wang Yang is re-signed with WWE as backstage producer. And I didn't realize he'd been with it. This is his 4th time being with WWE. So he started off, his contract was purchased with the WWE Super Contracts in 2001. He remained there until the developmental talent until released in January 2002. He returned to WWE just over a year later as Akio and aligned himself with Sakura and Tajiri as a Japanese faction that were not the Yakuza. Tajiri would like to point out for the record, again, it was not the Yakuza. No, it wasn't. And once the group disbanded, Young became a lower card wrestler until he was released in July of 2005. And then he was re-signed in August 2006 as Jimmy Wang Yang, the cowboy with short hair and a Fu Manchu mustache, it says here, wonderfully typed up by Cultaholic News. And he used the gimmick until he was released for a 3rd time in April 2010. After they did that bit where CM Punk was feuding with Jeff Hardy, but Jeff Hardy left, then got arrested, so wasn't coming back. And he did that thing where he was insulting him, and then someone flicked the lights, and he went, "Is Jeff Hardy here?" And he panned the camera to the right, and it was actually Jimmy Wang.
It's a dark day for the history of our sport, because not that Jimmy Wang Yang's back in the WWE, just the fact that Jimmy Wang Yang's party bus. Surely the future of that great thing is in doubt now.
I like to think they signed him because they knew that was going to be a threat.
He's going to bring the party bus.
That's it.
Just backstage every week. John Laurinaitis doing lines with Jimmy Wang Yang. Where's that gone?
Doing conga lines, you mean? Yes. Yes, exactly. He likes the conga.
Let's go back a story, because young James has found the article in question. What's the verdict?
He didn't really word it as in like either side turned either one down, if you know what I mean. He kind of left it a bit vague.
He's left it vague, apparently, as Mike Bailey. But there we go. There's the quotation. In blue.
We went through a process. We had some pretty in-depth discussions. Do you like Pokemon? I didn't sign a contract. It pretty much went up to that point they'd be accepting an offer and going through the proceedings that would lead up to me signing for several months and deciding they were going in. Yeah, that was nothing. Thank you.
So we're both right or wrong?
Yeah, whatever.
We're both right for being wrong.
Schrodinger's Speedball.
Yeah, it's a draw. Vince McMahon reportedly didn't like Bray Wyatt for being outspoken about WWE creative. According to Fightful Select, numerous individuals have claimed Wyatt would be outspoken backstage when he felt WWE creative was bad, something that may have resulted in McMahon eventually not liking the former WWE champion. There's noted that the plans around Wyatt's WrestleMania 37 match with Randy Orton, in which Orton walked out as winner, were changed just a couple of days prior, something that Wyatt, Orton, and other members of the locker room disagreed with. It's also noted that there was never a true creative endgame for the story between Orton and Wyatt, despite the angle running for months. Orton was also scheduled to be taking some time off after WrestleMania 37, something that changed late on with the result of his match with Wyatt being altered. It ended up being Bray who would be absent from WWE TV for some time instead. If you were Bray Wyatt at that point, you just learn not to have a WrestleMania match with Randy Orton.
Yeah.
It just don't go well.
I'm guessing that explains maybe why Orton was then just off for no reason. Remember, a couple of months after, they probably just like, can you just push your holiday back a bit? And I guess that's what it was.
Let's go through why Bray Wyatt would be upset.
Yeah.
Should we go through them one by one?
Let's.
Well, let's go just the endless string of run-ins that would be the last shot of every single Raw, and it was the same thing every single time for weeks and weeks and months on end. There's Goldberg in Saudi Arabia sticks out in my head. There's this Hell in a Cell match with Seth Rollins that sticks out in my head.
Can't forget that one.
What else is there? Obviously, the WrestleMania match is the one that's been referenced there, but there's got to be more.
The other thing
he
I
wasn't
saw
happy
was
apparently with the burnt crispy.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a lot of stuff on him. It was like that.
It was heavy.
Yeah,
like Deontay Wilder's.
He didn't like the suit.
Yeah, he said it. He said
there's too much stuff on me.
Reportedly, it was that it was heavy and there was too much of it. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're like, I don't know how you'd wrestle with that on.
No wonder he lost so much weight then. People thought he was Bo Dallas. Lunging that thing around.
I know.
Sweat coming out of his ears. So, hard to see why he'd be upset.
Yeah.
Also, no actual finish to the angle. That's amazing. The only thing they had to do was write this weird, spooky stuff to keep us going through the COVID times, and there wasn't a payoff.
It was bizarre how, Orton sets the man on fire.
Yeah.
Kills him, metaphorically speaking. Not literally, just metaphorically. Then we have the WrestleMania match, and one RKO later, and Bray's lost. And that's the end.
Yeah.
One RKO for this man who got burned alive and came back.
That's how powerful the RKO is. God.
Oh man, I can't blame him for being upset.
No, I saw a tweet. Can't remember who it was from, but it got quite. I don't know if I follow them, but it was one of those ones that got shared around a lot because it was like, this reminds me of when Dean Ambrose left, and there was all these like leaked reports saying like he'll never be happy anywhere apart from WWE and all this.
I saw
as if they're
some
trying
of
to
that,
kind of. They called it like scorching the earth or something before like they leave, big names leave, saying like, oh, they weren't very. They were trouble backstage anyway.
The spin doctor and wow, Bray Wyatt. No one likes
Peter
him.
Mandelson is in charge of this.
That's right.
I mean, to be fair, we're sat here 2 years later and seeing Dean Ambrose compared to John Moxley, and they've proved that point right, haven't they? It was definitely Dean's fault, not
Right. Remember when Moxley came out at AEW and the crowd were like, "We've heard you weren't very happy. You're just a miserable person." I'm going to give you a mild pop, and that's just because I like your hair.
You lost to EC3.
You know that booking was just because they couldn't punish Moxley.
Oh, dear.
Hey, dear.
It's your fault, EC3, so whatever.
So we'll have to come back in a couple of years' time when Wyndham is wound up wherever Wyndham will wind up. And then we'll have to do a similar
say that again,
comparison.
please. Say that again.
No. We'll have to come back in a couple of years' time when Wyndham has wound up wherever Wyndham has winded up round the twist and compare them because, Moxley's a lot better than Dean Ambrose was, wasn't he? A lot better.
Just a little bit. The only thing we compare it was during the Seth Rollins original feud.
Yeah.
That was the best version.
That was
of
the best, yeah.
It's like that, but hasn't really stopped.
No.
So, also, in case you didn't think WWE was grim enough, Tyler Breeze reveals WWE's plan to fire him at the end of the ESPN E60 documentary.
What was this document? Because I read
Breaking
this and I
Grounds.
didn't. Oh right, Breaking
Oh, is
Ground.
that the one?
I'm sure it was that
called
one.
E60, but yeah,
Was it?
They had a bunch of NXT people, and they went, "Here's this good." Anyway, he explains it here. We're doing a thing with ESPN. This is on the oral sessions. It was a E60. It was on Woods, Leo Kruger, Colin Cassidy, myself, and Corey Graves. What we were told at the time was that we were doing just a cool E60 piece on the five of us. I was like, cool, awesome, great. As we were filming it, I started to transition into Tyler Breeze. So they got the whole transition and my debut. Well, Triple H tells us at the end of one of those meetings, at the end of the tapings, that the E60 thing we were doing was supposed to have a couple of guys who made it, a couple of guys who we don't know, and a couple of guys who got fired. Me and Big Cass were supposed to be the two that got fired. During the time, I found Tyler Breeze, and he found his thing with Enzo, and it suddenly 180'd, and all of a sudden they were like, we can't fire these guys. They're doing good now. He said that for the first time in front of everybody, and we went, oh my God, the thing we're excited about, we're going to get fired at the end of? We had no idea. And obviously, they had a bit of a career after that, but I don't get the appeal of, you know what, some will make it, but some of them won't.
Yeah.
That'll be good viewing.
That's like after the last predictions contest, if Ross beat Andrew, we'd just sack Andrew. Like that's what it's like. It's weird. Triple Jump would have him. They'd snaffle him up.
Yeah. So that was the bit of a downer to end that on.
Well, no, there's more news out there, Maffew, young man. I was speaking about contracts. Kyle O'Reilly. Apparently his contract is up next month. And hopefully Kyle O'Reilly buggers off and does something better. Because Kyle O'Reilly now is the poos. I was going to say a different word there, but I censored myself just in time.
Well done. That's why you get paid the big bucks.
Yes, it is.
So this might be the splitting up of the Von Wagner O'Reilly team. Oh, really? No, O'Reilly.
If he were to go to AEW, I'm not saying he necessarily would, but if he were to not re-sign and then go to AEW, I'd love for him to come out in his weird fisherman gear that he wears now and then take it off and he's wearing like funny and fighty Kyle O'Reilly gear.
No, that'll be the video he films on Twitter. He'll use his fishing rod to get the key so he can get out of his jail cell and run to freedom.
Nah,
They're all in jail.
He'll be doing for this Twitter video, he'll be doing a workout in the woods with Von Wagner. He'll be picking up logs and doing all sorts of things. All of a sudden, he'll pick up a log and it'll be Tony Khan. And Tony Khan will go, come with us, Kyle. And he'll go, yeah, I'm out there just like you, Tony. Let's do it, pal. Clink the beer glass. Let's go to AEW. That's how real men do it.
Yeah.
Lifting logs. When's the last time you lifted a log, Maffew?
Oh, recently?
Aye.
Oh, well.
I have never lifted a log. Have you lifted a log?
I can't think of a time I've lifted a log.
Nah, a whole log.
Yeah.
Just like Von Wagner and Kyle did, like real
Yeah,
men.
we're often compared, me, Von Wagner, Kyle O'Reilly.
Aye.
Have I lifted a log? I've lifted a really big stick once when I was walking a dog.
That'll do.
Yeah.
And
How long was the stick?
Oh, it was like
Tony Khan length?
It was one of those times when it's 3 times the size of the dog, and the dog just grabs it and runs back a bit anyway. And you're like, God, I hope there's nobody walking around here on stilts or anything.
But I saw Shawn Ross Sapp as well tweet out that obviously there's now the potential if Kyle does go to AEW that we could get the Elite versus Undisputed Era kind of, in a weird way. 3-on-3 kind of thing.
God, you're right.
Yeah.
I'd quite like a little feud between Cole and O'Reilly. I know they've done it loads of times before on the Indies, but I'd like that one more time, I think.
Well, that would have
One
good chemistry,
final
but-
beat. That's got Ghana.
No.
No.
Tell you, I love Bobby Fischer's bollocks in AEW. How he just kicks people hard. Never saw this in NXT, did we?
No, too busy going, ow, my leg hurts from kicking people. Bless him, he's old.
He's not that old. He's been doing great things in AEW so far.
Yeah.
It's just weird out because he said on Straight to Hell, sorry for the cheap plug, everybody, but they told him to keep it stum. He was told to be like the quiet member of the group, and he said he did that as best he could. Just weird when he's capable of doing what he was doing.
Yeah.
Strange.
Weird that, isn't it?
It is weird.
You know what we're good at doing? Going to the next segment.
Yeah.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame.
Now it's time for everyone's favourite segment, the Hall of Fame. And in condescending order, the Demon, Dale Torborg.
It's sad,
14%.
That is sad. I'm disappointed in
I wonder
everybody.
if the fans know about Kiss or care.
I don't, but I care about the demon.
You
Dale
did,
Torborg.
and that's the important
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
Super Brawl 2000.
That's right.
I
The special main event,
Yeah.
because they had to have it. Oh, I forgot about that.
Hey, I was watching because after doing putting that on paper the other day, I was like, let's try and see if it's on the internet somewhere where Dale Torborg, the demon, takes on the wall. And the noise the ring makes. Go back and watch Super Brawl 2000. The noise that WCW ring made in 2000. Sensational.
Like a bouncy castle.
No, it was like a rickety, terrible thing. No, the WWE's in all the wrestling rings basically got a deep rumble. This one had like a light like dip, dip, dip.
Oh.
Strange, but fascinating all the same.
What am I doing here? Yeah.
What's your favourite noise?
It is.
I'm asking you, what's your favourite
Oh, I
noise?
thought that one.
Can you-
I thought you meant that weird noise. I went, that's your favourite noise. A wooga. There we go.
Noises.
Noises. The Demon Dale Torborg, third. In second place, Christian, in brackets, the wrestler off of the WWE, AEW, and Impact.
Oh, hang on.
38%.
Who wrote that in?
I
You
did.
that? You did.
In case
Try-
people got
thought you were
confused.
trying to give Tom
Yeah.
a little hand there.
No. Tom's got little hands already.
Oh.
Hey!
He can barely pick up a pen.
He doesn't need a pen when he's able to do these. Mama Gina, 48%.
How's this happened then? It's a lovely story from Tom. Oh, it was yours that was Christian. Were you trying to give were you trying to give Maffew a little hand? I should have said.
No, I was trying to give the people on the poll.
No,
In case I got confused.
So Maffew came second. Sorry, I thought Mama Gina was yours, but it was Tom's, of
no,
course.
I wish it was. No, Mama Gina, Tom's pick of this nice old biddy. It was like
Italian woman.
legit Italian.
He picked, yeah, it was an Italian woman on YouTube who makes like recipes. And
I
stuff.
watched it, don't worry.
All
After
right.
putting the thing in there. Hypothetically, though, if I was to put stuff in brackets alongside the Demon Dale Torborg to add to the descriptive nature.
No, I
of the
can't
poll,
think of
what
anything
could I put
In
in there?
brackets, the ring he wrestled on was very squeaky.
No, I can't think of anything that would have added to
That's
that.
good, just to keep the sanctity of the poll alive.
Of course, it's a very
Yeah,
serious
very
poll.
serious poll.
Everybody who places their votes on Patreon listens to the podcast beforehand.
Yeah.
It's been established.
That's why we had to change the Saturday Dave thing when it goes live because people forgot by Sunday or didn't know.
Forgot about that.
Strange.
Mama Gina, 48%. Well, Tom isn't here, which is our loss, but you are here, which is our reward. So, Ross, what have you got for us this week?
Backhanded. I'm going to go for something from AEW this week.
No.
I'm just going to go for Jake Hager's impersonation of Popeye. I forget which MMA fighting person he called Popeye.
Junior Dos Santos.
Popeye.
That fella there. He called him Popeye and then went, whatever that noise is that Popeye does.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic.
When Jake Hager is in funny babyface mode, all bets are off. What's he going to say?
I know. It's like that segment was crap, I thought.
Thank you. Yes.
The only thing that saved it, apart from Paige Van Zandt's promo, which was very pro wrestling, and she was very good and very natural, I thought, on the microphone.
Yeah.
Like she could, I could have thought I was a veteran of the squared circle for many years, the way she spoke that line, or several lines in that promo. The only other thing that saved that segment was Jake Hager's Popeye impersonation.
Have you seen much Popeye?
No.
Oh, I used to absolutely love it.
I think I did when I was young, but I can't remember. I'll tell you what I did do, though. When I went to Malta in 2005 with my mum and my brother, had a tour of the Popeye film set where Robin Williams played Popeye.
Oh, God. What a...
It's a physical town in Malta. Like, you walk through and
Is
you
it
go,
still there?
Wait, 2005 this would have been. So it was still there then.
If you want to know what a fever dream looks like in reality, watch that Robin Williams live action Popeye. It's a musical as well as he's got prosthetics and you're just going, I don't know what I was expecting, but this is it.
I'm sure his forearms are like paper mache. It makes my
It's got
skin
Steiner
crawl.
arms.
Right.
You know how scrambled eggs in America or bacon or whatever has a slightly different consistency to food over here?
Yeah, it sucks compared to over here.
Is that the same with spinach? Because the spinach in... Oh, I prefer American scrambled eggs, to be fair. But anyway, is the spinach... But bacon's better. Is the spinach in America different? Because the spinach in Popeye looks nothing like
I've
spinach.
wondered that. And
Must be in brine.
yeah.
Looks like a clump of grass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way Popeye eats it, you think, yeah, you know what? Oh, I'm a bit peckish, me. Let me have a look in the cupboard. Oh, spinach.
He must have the
Powerhouse.
the gullet of a snake. So you try to neck spinach like that, it gets stuck, doesn't it? When they water, they
Near
lubricant.
water. Yeah.
But I'll go for
okay.
Jake Hager making noises, which is becoming a bit of a trend for me on the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
When
I
somebody
think I
makes
see
a noise, Ross likes it.
We'll have to make the
Jim Ross goes, meh. I like it.
We'll have to have the Ross soundboard, aren't we? Press number 1. Huh? Number 2.
This is something young
Number 3,
Jamie over
Popeye.
there, Richard Tubman, has been threatening to do on that board there. You can see there's lots of coloured buttons. He's been threatening noise boards or whatever they're called for a long time now. And I don't know if
Yeah.
he's ever got round to it, have you?
Oh, not a long time, but that laugh.
Oh, yeah. Ah, that's a nice pick.
Thank you.
Oh, well, I was second, so I'll go second. Young Jamie, can you load up on the ridiculously expensive Cultaholic Tron 3000, please? Here we go, is my pick. Obviously, last week was Halloween. Ooh, very spooky. So, John Morrison, or John Hennigan, or Johnny Five Star to his friends, has decided he's going to go to a costume party and dress up as everyone's favorite wrestling journalist, Mr. Dave Meltzer. Isn't that wonderful? And he apparently has the stars, as you can see, and he was giving out star ratings to the other costumes. It's very nice, isn't it? The hair's a bit odd because I would have gone with the retro 90s mullet that he had.
Oh, yeah,
Like
yeah,
the
yeah.
Dee Dee Snyder look that he used to have, but it's not there. It's got a shirt that's kind of like his. That's fine. It's got a press pass that says Dave Meltzer on it, which kind of takes away from the costume. You have to write down on it what it is. One of those bad political cartoons. But all right, there's a long description there, but that's all right. Okay, that's a nice attempt. And I was going to nominate this, however.
Oh, go
I was
on.
going to nominate this for Hall of Fame until I heard Dave Meltzer's
Yes.
response.
Yes.
And it was the most Dave Meltzery thing I've ever heard because he reported like it was a live event, like it was actual genuine news he was reading as well. I heard this was at Damian Priest's Halloween party get-together, and it wasn't a wrestlers get-together. It was just Damian Priest happened to have it on, and he was one of the few wrestlers there. So No one got it. I got told by my sources, he had sources at his party, according to him, that no one knew who he was because no one knew, first of all, who Dave Meltzer was because it wasn't a wrestling party. So no one knew who John Morrison was.
Loads of
Said that wrong way
Instagram
around.
likes.
I'm not convinced it was real me, that review from Dave Meltzer. I thought
It's impossible to tell. Isn't
I know.
it?
Tongue in cheek, maybe.
The best satire is when you can't tell if it's real or not.
It's like you listen to the first bit and you're like, oh my God, he's actually reviewing this Halloween costume and party. Then there's a couple of clunky bits halfway through and you're thinking, oh, maybe someone's pieced this together with like other snippets of Meltzer's voice. But I hope it's real.
God, I hope it's real.
Yeah.
And then Alvarez joins in and is like, but he doesn't even dress like you. And then Meltzer goes, no, I do have that shirt.
Yeah, he says the shirt. But
Yeah.
the glasses, though, Meltzer doesn't
He's
wear
like, I don't
glasses.
wear glasses.
All the jeans. Meltzer,
Yeah.
I've been sat next to him, wears bootcut jeans
Yeah.
with trainers.
He needed that
A fashion
tie-dye
faux pas.
hoodie.
Aye.
That's
Oh, he
definitely.
loves that hoodie.
Then he can't show off his big guns, so why would you do that? So he gave it and reviewed it and assessed it beautifully, as only Dave Meltzer can do, because he only has one setting, and that's Dave. And it was so awesome. And at the end he went, well, my kids loved it, and they suggested that next year I go as John Morrison, which will mean doing ab work, and I hate that.
Oh, he said, like,
and he
I'll have to-
moved
I'll
on,
have to do-
because you know he's got the guns and the legs and everything
I'll have
else.
to do ab work again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I did used to have 8 abs. I've
Yeah.
only got 4 now. He's probably got 6 again.
Yeah.
He needs to. He's like, I have to.
How old's Dave?
Oh, like
He's in his 50s, I
50s,
think.
definitely.
He
I'll
must
have a
be-
look.
Have a quick
Oh, go
Google
on,
then.
then.
Like,
Because
he's in unreal shape.
he is
Oh, God,
incredible.
yeah, yeah.
His body fat percentage must be somewhere in and around or under 10. I don't know.
62.
He's 62.
Wow.
What?
Him and,
Oh, he's 60.
him and Sting are the same age. I'm
He's in
sure.
the 60s? Oh my God. You know what? Yeah, okay. That's absolutely fair enough, mate. Yeah.
But then
Wow.
John Morrison, another man who looks way younger than he actually is.
Aye.
He's got to be in his 40s now.
Yeah.
He
No,
was
he's in
early
his 40s and he
40s,
still
yeah.
looks stunning. So
God.
fair play to both of them.
What's the secret?
Roids, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gotta be.
hang on. Just the Cultaholic lawyer. 1, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Allegedly. And yoga.
Allegedly, he does yoga. So that's mine. It's the John Morrison dress up and Dave Meltzer's review of Dave Meltzer. Fantastic. Jack, what have you got for us?
I'm coming last again this week. Mine is the time zone BST. Because the clocks recently went back here in the UK. Back? Spring forward. Back.
Even
why-
Jamie's laughing.
Why are you laughing at that, Richard?
Carry on.
Why, it's just been what's on my mind recently. So the clocks recently went back. We're now back in GMT, Greenwich Meridian time. And it's just crap, isn't it? I don't like it. I prefer when the daytime is longer and the nighttime is shorter. And the first few days when it takes you, you're like, hang on, it's getting dark at like 5 o'clock. I just can't be arsed with it. So this is my shout out to BST. Keep it all year round. Why not?
Tell you what, though, a morning commute to work in the depths of winter is fantastic.
Oh.
Yeah.
It makes
Yeah,
me feel
yeah.
when you get out of bed and it's dark and you walk into work, it's dark. Makes me feel cozy.
Really?
Aye.
I hate it.
Oh, I agree with what Ross said.
No. Well,
But-
I'm fully in the other camp.
But then when it comes to switching the clocks back around, and when is it? But March, May, whatever it is. I'm ready for winter end by then. That's when I realise I've got sad.
Seasonal effect.
Seasonal, that thing, aye.
Oh, right.
Because when the clocks go back,
That's what it is. I've got
the penny drops and I'm sad. No, like, when the clocks change back and you get the brighter mornings, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
a new lease on life here.
I
everybody.
Mark
think-
down on your calendar. Time to be sad.
I definitely get like I don't know if it's like if I've got sad a seasonal affective disorder, but my dad definitely does. Hates Christmas and all that, and I think that I'm just generally in a better mood in the warmer months.
Oh.
So I'm gonna champion the BST time zone because of that. Make sure you don't put BST on its own, Ross, if it's you
I'll
writing
put in
it.
brackets the
Because
time.
I think BST is also that K-pop band. I don't wanna...
BTS.
Oh, that's all right then. That's
You know what? If you want to win, just change it. Misspell it and go BTS. I actually meant. All the people tuning in the podcast next week, you bastard. You like us.
British Summertime. There we go.
Unrelated, no, Dynamite is a big song.
By
By
BTS.
BTS, aye.
Oh, you get into them now.
The
Nice.
Oh no, they've been around for a while, Matthew.
I'm well aware, yes.
argue, and this is a big claim for the podcast, it's a bigger song than Tayo Cruz's Dynamite.
Hang on now. I don't know about that. There's an inherent mystery about the Tayo Cruz's Dynamite. There's a sadness behind it. Does he put his hands up in the air sometimes, or does he say "Ayo" sometimes? Does he always put his hands in the air?
His hands are in the air at least one point.
He says, "I put my hands up in the air sometimes, saying "Ayo." Which bit of that is the sometimes? Does he put his hands up sometimes, or does he say "Ayo" sometimes?
I put my hands
up in the air
Yeah.
sometimes. And then I say,
And so he only puts his hands up sometimes, or does he always have his hands up?
He didn't walk around like that.
It's when he's in the club and they give him some space with both his hands. He's wearing all his favorite brands. That's when he. I don't know. What a tune? No, you think?
No,
do you think BTS's Dynamite?
Oh, it's on the verge of overtaking. Because I think lyrically, Tayo Cruz is challenged.
the Dynamite.
Just any song. Hangover. He's got a hangover.
Way-oh.
Can't relate to that. Yeah.
I'm only gonna break your break. Yeah,
Sing the entire chorus
it's not
for
very
that.
complex, is it? No, I just did. I basically
Analyze
just
it
did,
brick
yeah.
by brick.
Yeah.
Oh, like
got some
geniuslyrics.com. It's going through it.
Has Tayo Cruz ever broke America? If any Americans listening, please leave in the comments whether or not you've heard of Tayo Cruz. I'm assuming he got big. He's British, though.
I know Jay Shawn made the way over, didn't
Jay
he?
Shawn.
I don't know Todd Cruz is British until you told me.
I think Tayo Cruz is British.
Oh, okay.
So is Jay Shawn.
But he has the, puts on the slightly American twang on his voice.
Oh, very much so.
So-
But he's not the only British singer to do that.
I know.
Most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's wrong with being humble? Right? Singers?
You
Why
tell
be
him.
so braggadocious all the time with your millions and your rings and your cars and whatnot? Why don't you say you enjoy the simple things in life?
Ed Sheeran does, and people hate him.
Yeah, I was going to say, hang on. We're going to be like the common people and do what the common people do. That's what you're
Exactly.
trying to tell us, yeah. Some right song about that. Wow, those are 3 amazing picks, as only Cultaholics Hall of Fame can bring you. We have, I didn't mean to
Oh,
punch
you
table,
stubbed
like,
your finger there.
That hurt more than I thought it was going to. What was I talking about?
The
The
picks.
Cultaholic Hall of Fame. Popeye by Jake Hager. Thank you, pal.
Bye bye, JK.
Yes,
The
so we're going to call
new
it.
fragrance.
Yes.
I wonder how it's...
Sometimes I put my hands in the air, sometimes I go by Jake Hager. John Morrison, dressed up as Dave Meltzer, reviewed by Dave Meltzer. And here we're going to go. The concept of BST or just
the time zone, BST.
time zone BST?
Big fan of British summertime as a time zone. Great time zone. This is the second time I've nominated a time zone. I once nominated.
what?
I've just remembered there. I once nominated Mountain Time, which I never knew existed until like that week, and I was so blown away that was the 4th American time zone that I had to put it straight in.
Yeah,
for
I
nomination.
do remember that conversation. You're
Because
right.
you've got your Eastern, you've got your Central, you've got your Pacific, and you've got Mountain Time.
Do you remember the Fast Show?
Yes.
It was that character who go, is it
Oh, it's
time
brilliant.
zone?
Oh,
Brilliant.
brilliant. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
some part of the year it's this time, then your part it's a different time. That's what you are, Jack.
Okay.
I love your endless enthusiasm, and that's why you make me
Well,
smile.
you're like
laugh.
Johnny the Fatalist Painter. It's all black. Black. He's good, him.
Thank you.
Fast show.
Yes.
Ross is the jazz club man. Welcome to Jazz Club.
Nice.
Great.
I was in Cold Feet. Yes, good show. Speaking of good shows, patreon.com/Cultaholic, and you can contribute to this great show and the 200th episode next week, isn't it?
We think, but we're
Apparently,
not
yeah.
sure yet.
Possibly the 200th episode. This will be read out and analysed in great detail, and you can be part of it.
I burped there. Did you pick up on the microphone there? Sorry, everybody.
No, I was going to do the Jazz Club nice, but you burped though.
Sorry. Ignore me. Do it. No, do it now. Go.
Nice.
This is This Week in the Wrestling. It's this bloody week in the wrestling.
This week in the wrestling. Number 1, SmackDown. Charlotte Flair opens the show and says that after last week's drama, it's time for her to establish some order and lead the division. She's interrupted by Sasha Banks, who says that Charlotte only cares about holding other women down. Charlotte says that she's spoken to Sonya Deville, and they both agreed that someone new should be given a match with Flair. Out comes Shotzi Blackheart. She's new. Charlotte wins the match after Sasha gets on the apron, which inadvertently ends up distracting Shotzi. Shotzi attacks Sasha from behind and beats her down to set up this new refreshing character of Shotzi Blackheart, tag wrestler who never got her title shot.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a weird finish, wasn't it? Sasha got on the apron
Yeah.
to argue with Charlotte, but then Charlotte did that thing where she moved out of the way, and then Sasha and Shotzi were like, whoa! Yeah. And then Shotzi, I know she hit her from behind, but I was surprised to see her get the better of Sasha Banks, someone higher on the totem pole.
She needed it, though, for this new...
Yeah, I guess
like,
so.
hey, forget what just happened the past few weeks and months.
They're taking names too literally in the wrestling these days. Well, just in the WWE.
What do you mean?
Shotzi Blackheart, therefore she has to turn heel. Damien Priest, therefore he has to have one side Damien and the other half Priest, the light and the dark. How can they coexist?
Did you see this as a heel
What
turn?
about that?
Oh yeah,
For wall
attacking
shots.
Sasha.
But Sasha's a heel.
Is she?
I don't know. I can't even remember.
Tell that
Wait,
to the
is Sasha a heel?
stand,
I don't even know.
It's against Charlotte.
I think she's a baby face, me.
I thought Sasha was a tweener.
Maybe she's a tweener. Shades of grey or blue. What's blue and grey mixed together, I hear you ask? Purple. Is it purple?
Blue grey.
No.
Blue grey?
Purple's red. and
Bluey
blue.
grey.
Bluey grey. Silver, like a silver dog.
Okay.
Is that what it's? Silver lab? I don't know.
Are you all right, Ross?
No, I'm not. I'm jacked off me nipples on Lemsip here. I had 3 cups this morning. Is that healthy?
You'll be.
Wait a minute, 3 cups
You'll be
like,
flushed
at
out.
once?
No.
Or
No, just like within 2 hours of each other.
within 2 hours? That's not what the instructions said in the plan. Oh,
Oh,
no.
Rules are there to be broken, Maffew.
No, they're not.
There'll be someone in the comments, you shouldn't do that, Ross. You're going to poison your liver. I'll be like, oh, well.
Owen did that when I had my cough. He got me some. He was doing a Tesco delivery. He was like, "Do you want anything on the Tesco order?" I went, "Yeah, can I just have some lozenges, please?" And he warned me as he gave me the packet not to take too many lozenges in the next sort of like 4 hours or whatever. I was like, I know. And I actually followed it as well. I waited, and even though what's it going to do? It's a sweet. It's a cough sweet.
I've always had a discussion with people because I know people who like, take 4 of them at once. So what are you doing? He goes, well, I'm really ill. And I goes, but you always follow the instructions. I've always followed the instructions.
Oh yeah, I always.
I've never been a bad boy. I'm like, no.
Especially with paracetamol.
I
like,
do for
I'm not-
tablets, but not for Lemsip. I don't class as a tablet.
no.
But it is it's got paracetamol stuff, isn't
A
it?
lovely fruity drink.
Oh, you know what? They say so nice. I think I have another Lemsip.
I imagine just what snake juice tasted like on Parks and Recreation. Bit of Lemsip.
I've watched bits. I've not seen that bit. I'm sorry.
The alcoholic beverage which gets even Ron Swanson dancing like a fiend.
Even wrong.
I've seen that bit.
Aye.
Snake juice.
Snake juice.
Oof, lovely.
Got banned. But this match was good, I thought.
Yes, it was.
Up until the slightly confusing finish. Well,
Yeah.
it wasn't confusing, was it?
It was
Shut up,
crap.
Ross. Yes, it was a bit weird.
Yes.
But I reckon they're taking names literally now in the wrestling. That's a new trend in WWE.
You know what? I think,
Shotzi Blackheart there, she must be a heel. Damien Priest, therefore, he's going to have a split personality.
Charlotte Flair starts doing rainbow flicks and step overs.
Wait,
Sasha Banks then becomes a bank.
wait. All I think it was now is like Blackheart. That besides, is Jason Sensation. I'm a Blackheart, damn it.
Woo! What was the woo about? Did Owen Hart ever
I don't remember
woo?
Owen Hart doing that, but
it worked.
Yeah, it definitely worked.
It was funny.
I got my nose. I'll have the smelly of coffee in the morning. All the way in Brazil.
Woo!
Adam Pearce joins us from. Oh, that was one of the reasons I wasn't allowed to watch wrestling when I lived with my dad. Because
Jason said
Owen
so.
Hart appeared on the Titantron and goes, "How you think that's funny? How about I come down there and beat the piss out of you?" Which was not a very commonly said thing in our household. So my dad already went, "What?" And he went, "Can I watch the rest?" No. So thank you, Owen Hart. Adam Pearce joins us from his office and calls Brock Lesnar's actions reprehensible. How dare he put his hands on the heart of this corporation's engine? What?
Adam Pearce referred to himself as the heart of this corporation's
Heart
engine.
of the corporate.
The heart of
Engines
the
don't
corporate
have-
engine.
He's mixing metaphors.
I'm an engine heart, damn it.
Woo woo. He is fighting Brock Lesnar. Are we ready? $1 million. Oh. Hey, it's 98.
There's no way. They should have chosen a more realistic figure. I'm sorry.
So he's
The goal-
finding 2 weeks' wages there.
The goal of the WWE to find Brock Lesnar $1 million in the midst of a pandemic, I think, is disgusting. I think it's disgusting. And Adam Pearce, you're full of crap, young man, because Roman Reigns has been making a mockery of you for months now. And what have you done? Diddly squat. Brock Lesnar comes along, one F5 later, $1 million? Come on now. This was a step in the wrong direction for Mr. Adam Pearce, I think. It's been so nice not to have a heel authority figure like overbearingly heel
Yeah.
authority figure, and now this was a step back in that direction.
I always see Pearce as like the slightly good one and Sonya as a bad one.
Yeah, you know what?
But
That would have been
now-
all right if Adam Pearce would be like, "Oh, I'm all right." You know, he was mad, and Sonya goes, "No, I'll do it."
Yeah,
then."
that's what you should have.
I'm like,
yeah,
no, it's
that's
all right,
better,
Sonya. You
that's
don't need
much
to.
better.
No, I'm Sonya, the devil.
Exactly.
Yeah, so
where's another example?
Right.
Adam Pearce is going to come with a needle.
Yeah.
He'll be a surgeon next week.
Like, like John Moxley with his inoculations. Dean Ambrose, even.
That's right.
Remember when he was obsessed with that?
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
weird, wasn't it?
I'm even getting jabbed against.
You
What was
smelly people.
I'm
No, but what was it?
I'm
It was a
sick.
It was a dog disease.
And the
wasn't it?
sickness
rabies
is
or
you
something.
lot. Yeah.
Oh, something. Yeah, anyway, Kyla Braxton asks Paul Heyman.
Wait, whoa.
Kayla Braxton, thank you.
Oh.
Asks Paul Heyman how he
Kyla
thinks
Ryan.
Brock. That wasn't very well said. How he thinks Brock will respond to this, and Heyman gradually cuts a typical pro Lesnar promo. He then catches himself and tells Kayla to go away.
Leave me alone. That was very good from
Yeah.
him. I like that.
Yeah.
He's like a teenager, isn't he? Just like he's got two options there to take home. He can't decide.
So why when you have
It wasn't what my teenagers
I know,
were.
me neither. I'm just imagining what the pretty boy in school had that option.
And
Oh,
Paul
okay.
Heyman was the
Yes,
pretty
it is
boy in
like that.
Paul,
school.
Paul Heyman is the pretty teenage boy of
He's got,
SmackDown.
he's got the charisma.
It is weird though if you're at some place with your current person and then the previous person shows up, and you're like, because part is like, being like
mate.
Paul Heyman here and keep the peace. And the other half, you want to be like Tommy Dreamer and go, haha, Marco, I'll take them both.
No.
And that never happens.
No, it's my worst nightmare. I hate awkward situations like that.
God, that happened with you, and I was there.
Yes, it did.
Oh,
Well,
sorry.
let's
And
hear
we'll leave
about
it.
this one
And we'll
then,
leave it
Bob.
there.
Yes.
Where did it take place?
We were at the Clooney and Paul Heyman showed up. Bit weird. Moving on. Drew McIntyre issues an open challenge, which is answered by Mustafa. Oh no, Mustafa Ali. Drew wins with a Kimura.
With a Kimura, now apparently that's significant. Reports have stated that it could lead to a feud with Brock. Bless you.
That's not his name. Brock bless. But thank you. Brock bless. That's how you know he's a face. They've changed his name.
Just imagine him coming in, just doing that with that noise he used to make back in the day.
Taz yelling, "Here comes the sneeze." Afterwards, Ali says the only reason people cheer Drew and boo him is because his name is Mustafa Ali.
Now I'm worried that this is
Fantastic.
I'm worried. Yeah, this was a bit too Muhammad Hassan for me. When it was original, when Muhammad Hassan was saying, "You all don't like me because I'm Arab American," even though he actually wasn't. But I'm worried that they're going to try and go the same sort of route and keep him a heel, even though he's going on an anti-discrimination slant. I'm reaching way far ahead here, but I'm worried that's what they're
No,
going to
you
do.
might as well, because I used to be of the opinion, hey, come on, lads, let's not judge this before it's happened. And nearly every single time it's happened, it's been crap.
Yeah.
So no, I'm sure Doudrop will get rid of a gimmick any day now. She'll go, hang on, what am I doing? This is ridiculous.
Shorty G
Not happening,
went
is
back
it?
to Chad Gable.
After a
After
long
a
time.
year,
Yeah,
year of losing every match against Sheamus and Boron Corbin.
Boring Corbin.
Boring carbon.
Boron to his friends who
Not
can't
like-
speak very well.
That exciting carbon you find on Ferraris and stuff. To be
I'm
fair,
2 for 2 so far with
this
names.
let's not forget that Mustafa Ali fronted up a gang of rebels to take down the WWE.
He did.
Therefore, that's why we boo him.
Another great
apparently.
idea.
Yeah.
And he betrayed Mansoor.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
A myriad of reasons as to why we could boo Mustafa Ali.
Yeah.
But I thought this match was good for what it was. To
Yeah.
just, make Drew look bigger and stronger. I thought Mustafa bumped like a fiend and flew like an angel
Yeah, he's who you want in that source. He's very good.
against the SmackDown Warrior, Drew McIntyre.
The SmackDown Warrior, yeah, I forgot about that.
The SmackDown Warrior.
Phew.
Just in case you forget what you're watching. He's the SmackDown Warrior. He loves SmackDown so much. He's willing to die for the blue brand.
He's
as
like
Drew
The Rock, it's
McIntyre.
his show now.
The SmackDown Warrior.
Check into the McIntyre Hotel, which just sounds like a bed and breakfast.
It's Haggis, Tatey, and Neeps. King Woods and Kofi Kingston run to Hit Row backstage, who bow down to Woods and spit some royal bars for him. Aww. In the ring, Woods says a king is only as good as the company he keeps, so he knights Kingston, making him Sir Kofi, the hand of the king. They're interrupted by the Usos, who say that a lot has changed since the New Day were last on SmackDown. This is the Bloodline show now. Woods suggests a match later on tonight. Boy, it's nice to see this brand split and draft giving us brand new matches like the New Day versus the Usos.
Well, Hit Row could get involved. I wasn't a big fan of... They were clearly having a lot of fun, but I wasn't a big fan of Hit Row bowing down to Woods. They should want to prove themselves as the hot new team on the SmackDown scene.
Kiss ass and get
Yeah,
far. That's my
well,
motto.
I guess so.
But I like the fact that Xavier Woods has a scepter of seduction. That's what we got. Privy. Oh, yeah.
And-
That's the thing that happened.
Another thing was,
Great point, Ross.
during that backstage promo when Hit Row were like, "Oh, it's the New Day." Top Dollar spent the whole thing going, just rubbing his hands together for the whole thing. I
Was he
like,
looking at
"What?"
the shoes?
Oh, dearie me. That was the
He
most.
mustn't have been wearing Vans.
That was the when that all played out, that was the most boring beef between. That's the one I was least invested in.
Yeah.
Social media, AEW, WWE beef.
Yeah.
Don't care about what shoes they're wearing.
I don't. It's the shoes they wear. Da-da-da-da.
They're all the same.
Yeah.
They're all just going to get worn out eventually.
They keep your socks dry. Nakamura and Rick Boogs take on Happy Corbin and wait for it, Rob, wait for it. Madcap Moss.
lads. Why don't witches have kids? Eh?
I don't know.
Why don't witches have kids? Because all their boyfriends have Halloweenies.
Oh,
What?
that would increase their chances of.
Halloweenies.
I think that's what he said.
It's supposed to be hollow weenies? Like, there's nothing in them?
Oh, hang on.
Halloweenie?
I thought.
Yeah, but...
Little Winky.
Oh, that now makes sense.
Oh, okay.
What did you
I
think?
thought he was saying that
You can still have kids with a small penis.
you can also.
That's not how biology works.
Well, tell Madcap Moss because he's.
Tell the Mad Hatter himself.
Is that what Madcap Moss has been telling his wife? The witch.
He's rizzle-razzling everyone. You got to stop him.
Did he say anything else?
I can't remember. To be honest with you, I was watching this SmackDown at over 2 times the speed.
Over twice, Ross.
2.2 times the speed to be accurate.
Overclocking.
So I could have got that joke wrong, but I think that's what he said.
You know what? It sounds like it's everything he'd say.
Yeah.
Two
Imagine if
mas-
he's telling
Oh,
his
go on.
wife that, though. We can't have kids, pal. Pal. My winky's a little
my
bit too
shoulder.
small. I can't reach. Pal.
In a trick or street fight, 2 masked figures attack with kendo sticks and help the bad guys win.
Wait, who's wrestling who? Sorry. Madcap Moss and Corbin.
Nakamura and Boogs take
Oh,
on Corbin.
Nakamura. Yeah.
Tag team action.
Yes. And it's Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo.
Couple of sexy pumpkins, eh?
Yeah.
Hey?
Sexy pumpkin. They can-
Forget about what happened in the ring because this was just every single Halloween WWE tag team thing. Normally involving the Good Brothers in years gone by, if memory serves correctly.
Yeah.
Always them for some reason. Probably because their heads look like a pair of pumpkins.
Yeah.
Maybe. But the Pat on commentary, absolutely sensational. Just shouting his whole way through. Not like a Jericho way. Just getting too excited at watching some pumpkins potentially getting smashed. It was fantastic.
Nakamura had one on his head. From no
The crowd wanted jack-o'-lanterns, you jackass. He was shouting at somebody.
Yeah, no, he's
A
very good.
skeleton! Oh, it's just good when... Pat's very good at being enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Enthusiastic without sounding overbearing.
Yeah.
It's a very hard thing to do there, so he's got the tone exactly right. Naomi is set to take on Shayna Baszler, but Sonya, the devil evil person, announces herself as the referee. She helps Shayna win with a fast count, and Naomi is choked out after the bell.
Is Naomi ever going to get one over on the evil Sonya Deville?
I don't know.
I want to know what the issue is here,
Yeah.
Sonya. You know, we've
was
been
never
sat here for
explained.
many months now wondering, and we're still no closer to find out what Sonya's issue is with Naomi.
I honestly don't think they've written one. I don't think they've got anything in
do I.
mind.
Yeah.
No.
I do like the fact that Sonya was like, the referee was supposed to work that match between Naomi and Shayna was injured last week, as if they book these things a week in advance. Load of bollocks there.
And then the New Day face the Usos in the main event. King Woods gets the win with a roll-up to end the show.
Okay. Fair enough.
Just seen it a million times before, haven't we? I don't know what you're
They're great and
saying.
everything, but you know, that's like seeing Dudley's versus Hardy's in like 2002. You're like, okay.
Well, I'm guessing we're gonna see another one because they've beaten the champs now.
Yeah.
So surely they'll get a title shot.
Yay. And then maybe Hit Roll do something, and yeah.
Who else are the tag team?
Well, I
on
can
SmackDown?
see. Oh no, hang on.
Boogs and Nakamura, I guess.
There's one, yeah.
I was gonna say I can
Madcap
see
and Corbin.
Hit Row and New Day teaming up, but Survivor Series matches don't work like that anymore. It's all about brand supremacy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The only time, oh god, that came out wrong. The only time of the year where the superstars of Raw and SmackDown go head to head.
Yeah.
You don't count the Rumble.
I can't wait to start hearing that every week.
It's a mistake having the draft so close to Survivor Series.
I'm surprised we haven't heard more about it, to be honest with you. It's the
Survivor
next show
Series.
coming up, right?
Yeah.
There's been nothing about
It's
it.
in a few weeks, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Very
just. I
surprising.
think it's Full Gear first, and then Survivor
Yes,
Series.
Full
yeah.
gear next weekend.
Next week.
Yeah, and then Survivor Series
That's
after
right,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. Brian Danielson beats Eddie Kingston to AEW Rampage. Bryan Danielson was on the last last paper I was looked at. Bryan Danielson beats Eddie Kingston to progress the final of the tournament. Good God. They only have a second singles match together.
Wow. They were in the same womb as far as I'm concerned
right.
after this match.
Kingston flips Danielson off as he passes out, which is a cool way to lose. Elbow, elbow, elbow. Eddie is angry after the match and refuses a handshake, breaking the code of honor. R.I.P. Code of honor. He storms backstage and gets an argument with CM Punk, somebody he's never wrestled in any capacity.
Tell you what, CM Punk, so relaxed during this interview and then so shocked and appalled that Eddie Kingston would dare interrupt him.
I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah. Punk going, Tony's like, how you doing, Punk? Happy birthday for the other day and stuff. Halloween's coming up. And Punk's like, yeah, it's my favorite holiday as well. And then he just gets shocked by a real man, Eddie Kingston.
Eddie's going through all the fire and the flames of Ring of Honor, the early years of Danielson. He's going to send a tweet out to Nigel McGuinness, beat up Morishima.
Yeah.
Tell you what, though, professional wrestlers who don't watch this podcast at that point was useless. Take a little bit of the page from Eddie Kingston's playbook thing. Is that the saying? Yes, it is. I don't know. When they're doing the back and forward strikes, Eddie will stop and go, ooh, as if he's been legitimately hurt. That little thing adds a lot to the legitimacy of that fight.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
fully agree with you, Ross. It's so often you see people nowadays go, yeah, well, we'll just take it. Eddie's one of the few goes, oh, you booker.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof, you got me good that time. Oh.
Flame Nora.
He's also good at, I think, probably because he loves Kawada and that and All Japan.
But
he's very good at the delayed sell. So he fights through to hit his next move, and then he's like, no, that hurt, actually. Yeah.
When he took on Volta at Newcastle upon Time, Progress is only time coming here. Cheers, Progress. R.I.P. He gave him...
not even dead.
He got chopped by Walter, and he does that. He's like... And then there's like a... Yeah, oh, and then he went down, and we were like, I did a gif of it, be like, oh my God, look at the selling there. That's just so amazing. Most people go down straight away, and then Eddie Kingston quote tweeted going, no, that was legit. That was all the power going out of my body at once.
Okay.
So
I love the finish as well. Oh, like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
But in Eddie Kingston's body.
Yeah.
They've got thematic similarities, Eddie and Stone. Stone,
his first name's Stone.
Eddie and Mr.
Stone. To be fair,
Eddie and Mr. Cold.
There was that famous story about the Big Show, wasn't there? Where Big Show was told your first name is your second name is Big, and your third name is Show. It might have been a Brucey P thing, so it could be bollocks. I hope it's true.
No, you mean me. The blue meanies there as well. Do you mean me?
Imagine being in a car park doing the old Partridge and Dan thing, but with the Big Show.
Dave Martin beats Matt Sydal. Leo Rush celebrates with him afterwards, and Martin looks a bit annoyed. I like Dante Martin. Have you noticed all the bits where he's been interviewed backstage or there's something going on? God, he looks sad.
Oh, he's sick of Leo Rush, isn't he?
He's got resting.
Yeah, but even before this, he's just like...
Leo Rush
is always like that.
He's not far removed from being a miserable teenager. I think it's just...
He probably is. How old is he? 14, 15?
I think about that age, yeah.
But I've got resting sad face. I can empathise with him.
Oh.
Aye. I'm fine.
Do you have a resting sad face?
I think so. People often are like, you all right? I'm like, yeah.
I sometimes worry what my natural face looks like. Like, am I...
I don't think you've got a particularly emotive resting face. That's fine.
Good. Non-committal. There we go. Lance Storm couldn't have promo. There we go.
Richard's got resting bored face. Or he's just bored. Can't tell.
That Leo Rush needs to stop weaseling his way into everything, though.
Yeah.
It's becoming a bit too much.
It's all about the stonks.
I know. What?
Stonk like stocks.
The
How
stonks?
people say online.
Is that what people say online, is it?
He's going to the moon.
Funny
These
people.
bloody kids, eh?
Yeah, these kids. Whoa.
I like
Ask Anthony Martin. He'll get the reference.
The match with the counters, though. It was like a father wrestling his son.
Oh, yeah.
But knowing what his son was going to do, so he would counter it with a submission hold. Like all good fathers do.
Yeah. Matt Sydal's one of those guys where you're like, wait, hang on. You were doing all this stuff like 15 years ago. You should be a bit beaten up by now. And he's not.
Yoga, innit?
It is. Like we said earlier, yoga is the reason for
this.
He
believes in the lizard people or whatever bollocks that is, doesn't he?
No, he doesn't. He's not a lizard people. Maybe he is, but no, he believed in the panther spirits.
Yeah, that was
he went to the jungles
He's a panther.
and has a panther internal in him, which I went, oh, that's nice. He's a furry, but I don't think you think of it like that. But
Weebo.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right one? I've done that.
A Weebo, yeah, filthy
furry Weebo. Is that linked?
They are kind of, but they are two different strains of insult.
Oh, right.
Well, I mean, furry's not an insult. Well, it's to some, I guess, but like a filthy weeb, someone who watches anime. Yeah. You know, Pacitti loves tweeting about them and annoying people because he's Pacitti. But there are lots of weebs who are furries.
Yeah,
I love them on this explanation.
What's the difference between a furry and a weeb?
a weeb is someone who's really into Japanese. Sam's a weeb.
Sam's a
Oh,
weeb.
yeah, God.
But a furry is someone who dresses like an animal.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, I see.
Yeah.
There might be some crossover.
There's a lot of crossover.
Yeah,
But you can be a weeb without a furry.
and you can be a furry without being a
I
weeb.
guess,
Yeah. Venn diagram.
So you need to tweet at Matt Seidel and goes, "What's your favorite anime?" Because we know he's a furry.
But is he a weeb?
Yeah.
Who knows?
This is what we need to know. That'll be the
Mysteries of the
Hall of Fame.
universe.
Hall of Fame result next week will be that Matt Seidel confirms he loves Akira. Anyway, Britt Baker takes on Abaddon in the main event in a no DQ trick or treat match. Every wrestling company is legally bound to do this at this
Yeah,
time
but this
of year.
one was very different.
I was going to say, Britt wraps a chair around Abaddon's neck. It's a curb stomp, but Abaddon no sells it because she's deed. Britt goes for lockjaw, but is too scared to put a hand in Abaddon's mouth. Eventually manages to win with a roll-up after help with that no-good table, and obviously Jamie Hayter.
I mean, that's the way to beat an undead creature. Hold their shoulders down for 3 seconds. Don't worry about hurting them. Just pin them with wrestling. I like this a lot.
I chuckled. I did, Maffew, at the start of the match. You got Abaddon, she's coming down, she's going, and all the stuff's coming out of her mouth. And then out of nowhere, Abaddon just goes, whoop, stutter, bing, wrestling straight away. It made me laugh. Oh, wrestling's
I
good,
really
isn't it?
enjoyed Abaddon's, the second attempt at breaking the table. I think it was just a vertical suplex. When Britt was like, right, I'm really going to break this table. It didn't work. But Abaddon's sell was fantastic. She actually looked dead, like she was just sliding down it like that.
Good
It was
job.
really good.
It's good that she's learned to wrestle whilst in hell because there's so many wrestlers currently in hell. That's how good she is. But yeah, no, I like that. So people call it like...
Do you want to say hello to a few?
Yeah, they know all of them. The what was I trying to say here?
knocked that
The
off
violence porn or whatever people describe this as. Because not a lot of people like watching women do hardcore, as it turns out. When you go online, it's like,
Violence
no.
porn? Violence
I'm using
porn?
their terms.
Whose
about it, like,
terms?
people online.
People have described that as violence
Oh,
porn.
yeah, I saw it a few times.
It was a good match. Good no DQ match.
Yeah, no, I liked it. It's amazing how some people are
God.
like, women taking bumps.
People are wired weird ways, aren't they? At no point during that match did I think, oof, I've got Pornhub on here. Did you?
I think you focused on the wrong bit of it there.
Oh,
but,
right, I see.
Violence porn would be, here we go, back to furries and weebs.
Whatever,
But
you see the, you know what I mean?
I get you.
Yeah.
I know, I fully understand. I disagree with what they're saying.
Ah.
But yeah,
Same.
I'm glad. Such a good dude. Monday Night Raw, Becky Lynch. By the way, I want to say, I thought this episode of Raw was better than Dynamite this week.
What?
I'll get out this way.
Oh,
Stop that.
It's not often I would say that.
This Dynamite, this
This
one just
Dynamite,
gone.
yeah.
Maffew, Greg.
Yeah.
Oh, last night's Dynamite.
Yeah.
This week's Dynamite. I might be inclined to agree with you.
Whoa, what's going on here?
That's right. So let's have a look. Monday Night Raw.
I think you've both been tainted by the bad Jericho promo. You need to look at other
bloody
things.
awful, though,
You need to,
wasn't it?
need to narrow it down. Which one? Becky Lynch successfully retains the Raw Women's title, rolling up Bianca Belair after a collision with the exposed turnbuckle.
Oh, yeah, that was a good
now,
match, yeah.
ignoring the bit where Becky Lynch is like, I'm still going to be a heel, la 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 la. And it's not really working too much. This match rocked 18 and a half minutes to open up Raw with a lovely finish with the exposed turnbuckle, which is what bad people do. Becky looked great, Belair looked great, no one looked negative. No one got on the apron and went, ooh, whoa, accidentally hit. Nothing like that. Just a really good match, 18 and a half minutes to open up Raw.
It was, but I feel bad for Bianca Belair.
Why is it? Well,
She had
I'd
she
feel
had
bad
the-
getting hit by a turnbuckle.
She had the title stolen from her at SummerSlam. Never really got. No, she's been pushed down the card quite a bit for no reason.
What was this?
She had a couple of chances.
The rematch was on Raw.
No, not in kayfabe, but in real
Oh.
booking terms. She's been pushed down the pecking order. Like she was on top of the world. Her
I
push was
agree
in
with
full
that.
flow. She was the champion. And then Becky's returns just, and it's not Becky's fault, but her returns just knocked her down. Yeah. I'll change my mind if like her next thing's really good. Bianca's next thing.
Okay,
When
that's
she
fair enough.
forms a tag team with
Dewdrop.
someone who, can they get along?
I tell you what, though, I agree. It was a fantastic match, a fantastic way to start Raw. But it was a 3-minute recap package right at the start of Raw, and it just takes the wind out of your sails. You sat down thinking, oh, we know that Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch is coming up. Oof, I'm excited for that. Oof, it's opening the show, is it? Oof, let's go. Here's a 3-minute recap package of stuff you know that's happened. I just want some reward for watching last week's show. That's all I want.
I would say that this was the reward because this recaps of stuff you have to treat every Monday Night Raw like it could have been someone's first episode.
I know, but I just want a little bit of reward, just once.
It could have been a bit more concise, even.
3 minutes is excessive.
WWE loves these video packages
I know
to
they
pad
do.
out the 3.
They
They
are-
know that 3 hours is too long. So every segment, every important bit has its own video package.
I just felt like I was G'd up for the match. Having seen them at the Telewest Arena in Newcastle upon Tyne, tear the hoose down a couple of months ago. Now they're back over here again, aren't they? They're not
Yeah, that is weird.
Not coming to Newcastle, but they're over here again.
No, they're bringing out Cesaro and Volta, but they're not coming to Newcastle.
Aye,
This close to greatness.
what a shame.
Oh, well.
Aye, but it just took me with the wind out my sails. Just a
okay.
nitpick, because we all
That's
like
fair
a
enough.
nitpick, don't we? But
We wouldn't have a job otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, good start to roll.
Then Ray faces Austin Theory, who I'm reminded going online that he was born in 97.
Was he?
Yeah.
Dear.
It just doesn't seem like a real thing.
Fraser Reporter.
Fraser.
What year was he born?
Fraser.
We had this discussion a little while
Was
ago.
his 99? Maybe
sure it was-
98 or
Wow.
99. Yeah, Fraser.
Because it's funny because you thought, oh, that's when you were born, and you know what Ray was doing in 97. He's about to have like one of the best matches of all time with Eddie Guerrero a few months after he was born. Therefore, he was not at the age to appreciate that. And there he is wrestling Rey Mysterio, who still wrestles like it's 97.
Yeah.
which,
Before
again,
we get to the match, though,
go on.
the ultimate thing
Oh,
yes.
Nearly forgot about it.
Rey Mysterio having an interview backstage where he whispers, camera pans out. Kev Spiracy's in full flight. God. He
Shock,
made
yeah.
himself the same height as Rey Mysterio. And then the camera panned out and showed how he was doing it. Why?
I don't mind, like, okay, got to emphasize the impressiveness of the wrestlers. When they've been doing this for decades. I mean, me and Gene would interview Andre, and Andre, we stood in a box, and all that stuff. But, yeah, when the production picks it up, like, aren't they supposed to be good at that?
It's almost like they do it on purpose, but I don't know why they would do it on purpose.
I don't think they're doing
Is
it
it
on
a
purpose.
rib on Kev?
Probably. We've seen this stuff done
Maybe.
before,
You know what? It
haven't we?
could be.
I've got no idea.
Aha,
Yeah.
you're squatting. They must all have great thighs, though, these lads.
Oh, yeah.
I know, yeah, because the way Kev was doing it, he had his knees bent, didn't he?
Yeah.
Wasn't just doing the Tom Spiracy.
No, he's doing the sumo squat, aye.
Doing the-
Very professional.
Different shades to the Spiracy.
That's it. You think they see all these jack wrestlers going around and goes, yeah, I'll do squats. Go on.
It's like Ric Flair when he gets out of bed, isn't it? What was the thing he used to say back in the day? Like 1,000 squats straight out of bed?
You know what? He probably did, which is even scarier. It's like, I used to do 1,000 squats. Sure, you did. It's like, wait, Flair was still doing what? At what age? At what schedule? So, yeah.
What I do when I get out of bed?
Go on, what do you
Go
do?
and sit down.
Gan back into bed. So, yeah, this match happens. Rey Mysterio faces who cheap shots Dominic on the outside. Dom slaps him in retaliation just before Ray hits a 619 and makes the cover. The referee DQs Ray.
Yeah.
Dom, and the referee argue while Theory leaves, taking selfies as he does. He's growing on me, that get. But, yeah, the finish was, again, you could see what they're going for. Wasn't executed very well.
The ref's got eyes in the back of his head if you go back and watch it. It's incredible. Sees Dom at the back of his head. But I know AJ Styles once upon a time said moves are easy. But Austin Theory doing sequences of moves is very pleasing on the eye. The thing where he hopped over did a thing and then over the top rope and then a stomp and another thing. Oh, he's good at piecing things together.
It's natural, isn't he?
Then he's torture rack bomb, which the camera nearly missed. It wasn't a good night for the production on Raw this week, but that was a very good move as well.
Yeah.
Are we ever going to get... Because we know now that Ray doesn't want to, in real life, turn on Dom and have a feud with him. But clearly WWE are still pushing for it. What's going to happen
He's
now?
going to do it every week until he
Yeah.
changes his mind. That's a great idea. Building up. It's a slow cook. Seth Rollins comes out to gloat. Oh, here we go, one negative. But Big E interrupts and wants to defend his title against Seth tonight. Seth refuses. Kevin Owens arrives and they all argue about who is the face of Monday Night Raw. Who is the Mount Rushmore? Says Kevin Owens cryptically.
No, that
This
was
is Big E. Big E dropped it in, I think, to try and make Kevin Owens laugh.
Owens said whether it's
Oh,
3 months.
wait, did he say it?
It was Big E who said it, yeah.
Owens was like, whether it's 3 more months or 3 more years, I'll always give my all.
Oh,
here
there
on
we go.
Monday Night Raw.
I'm mixing up. I beg your pardon.
Yeah, then
yes.
Big E was like,
he did the contract stuff, and then
Raw
Big E
can't
said,
be a Mount Rushmore with 4 faces. Instead, you got to have 1 face.
I
And I'm
find
the
it,
face.
I find it quite telling that often wrestlers argue about who's the face of Raw or SmackDown, as if WWE see that as being like the big reward, like because
Really
the
is.
brand's more over than the wrestlers. When
I'm the
really they should all
SmackDown warrior.
They should all want. They should all want titles and stuff.
Yeah.
Not to be the face of maybe someone like The Miz who thinks he's like an A-lister, but for general wrestlers, they should want accolades, not meaningless thing, not being the assistant of the
You want to be
regional
dancing
manager.
with the stars, not dancing by yourself.
All right. It's like the Geordie Robin. Dancing
Yeah,
by myself.
Owen says that Seth doesn't want to wrestle tonight. He's more than happy to face Big E. The champion agrees. Later on, Big E is confronted by the Alpha Academy backstage. Gable says he could have taken Big E under his wing and made him great. But now it's only a matter of time until Raw becomes Monday Night Rawlins again. Big E and Otis have a stare down. Oof. All for that.
Big meaty men.
Yeah.
I liked
Some
how
bigness there.
Big E turned the dial and went serious when he started.
Yep.
Rollins started slandering folk. Hey, it was on, he said. Sucker. His words. Yes.
No, I like it when, because Big E is quite comical a lot of the time, but when he needs to be serious, it works.
It does.
Yeah.
And it did.
Yes.
Good segment.
So we're 3 for 3. Carmella and Queen Zelina mock Rhea Ripley and Nikki Ash backstage.
You said Queen Zelina. I closed my eyes and I heard Russell Brand.
Ross asked the other day in our office, aloud, why is Zelina Vega doing a Russell Brand impression?
Go back and watch that little bit where Zelina and Carmella are walking through the backstage area. Zelina's accent to me sounds like Russell Brand.
Oh. I did not notice at the time. I tried to ignore the existence of Russell Brand when he was a thing, to be honest with you. Not my cup of tea.
He's just started a football podcast. I've
Has
not
he?
listened to it.
No.
I can't report on whether it's good or
I'm
not.
happy for him. And if other people want to listen to him, that's fine. Just keep him away from me. They then
What's he
beat
done
him
to
in
you,
the match.
Maffew?
I heard him a few times and thought, that's not for me, pal.
Is it his consistent usage of long words that aren't always the right long words to use?
Well, I do that myself, I guess. But my big words are the and people's names. No, just the way he speaks, the way he does stuff. I just was like, okay, cool. I'm happy you like it. Not trying to start a thing. I'm not doing feudalism of comedians now. Bloody hell. Got enough of AEW and WWE right now. But yeah, they then beat them in a match. They did. Okay, women's tag team title division is on its ass, let's face it. But at least, being positive, we get to see the Sunset Flip Powerbomb, the code red, from Zelina Brand.
Russell Brand. Aye. It's weird, just off the crowd reaction. I think you get Rhea Ripley out of there. Get her out of there. Being wasted. Interestingly, though, I saw that on Halloween she posted a picture with Damian Priest.
Dun, 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 dun.
2 weeks ago on this podcast, when I was last here, we looked at a video from inspirational wrestling journalist, Wrestling News Now.
Oh, no.
About the biggest and best.
Oh, no.
What was it? The biggest and best interracial couples in WWE?
Yeah, that was it, yeah.
And they said exclusively that Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest were in a relationship. And what happened after that video went live? They stood next to each other on Halloween.
And when Rhea Ripley's luggage went missing, whose gear did she borrow?
Damian Priest's.
So you're saying they actually got something right?
I don't know.
No.
There's no way of us knowing if they're in a relationship.
Yeah. Wait.
Don't know.
Allegedly, they stood next to each other at Halloween.
No, they did do that.
Confirmed.
There's photographic
Confirmed.
evidence. Yeah, on her Twitter
We
account.
can
I think it is.
confirm the allegations that they stood next to each other on Halloween.
I did
He
not
was
stand
dressed as
next
a-
to that woman.
A monochrome Superman, maybe?
Oh.
It was
I didn't see his
It was
picture.
like Batman colour scheme, but Superman logo. No Batman mask, though. I don't know if that's from one of the more
I'm
recent
trying to
films.
think, actually.
Yeah.
No, I'm not entirely sure.
Interesting. What could the symbolism of that costume mean? Find out on Wrestling News. Now.
What was Rhea Ripley dressed up as?
A goth, I think. Just like
Oh, okay.
like
Just a
goth.
wrestling gear, yeah.
Just a goth. Yeah.
I'm
Can't
all right
find
with
it. I can't find it.
I'm sure it's her. Is it?
Is it hers?
Her Twitter account, yeah.
While you're having a look at that, Chad Gable faces Finn Balor and
Oh.
loses. What
This
a
was like a
yeah.
cup of Kenko. This one, Maffew.
Absolutely,
so
yeah.
bloody smooth.
Right.
Whoa.
Yeah.
The best of all the instant coffee brands is Kenko. Just very fluid, wasn't it? All
yeah.
the moves they did, or even the roll. Because you forget that Finn Balor came up. Here we go. UK Hammerlock.
That's right.
Drop
NWA
reference.
Hammerlock, aye.
Is it you? Oh, aye. NWA UK Hammerlock.
That's right.
All of the anagrams.
That's
Can't
right.
even find it.
Oh my God, they've deleted it.
Don't know.
Maybe they're out of the relationship now.
If they've deleted it, that only confirms our rumours and allegations that they stood next to each other at Halloween.
I'm sure it's on her Twitter. It might be on his Twitter
Oh,
account.
Twitter. I was,
No,
on the,
Twitter.
I was on the gram.
Oh, he's on the wrong bloody platform.
Carry on.
You
What's he
social
like,
media expert.
But yeah, you forget that Finn Balor, he's a handsome man and all that stuff. Very amphibious, whatever he said in the podcast.
amphibious, that's right.
Yeah, he was
That's like a frog.
He's got watery eyes. That's all.
Watery eyes, half man, half fish.
But he can wrestle, can't he? And he
He
was
can.
rolling around that ring like it was the Olympic Games.
Yes. was
Can I
running
say
around
that
at the
without
speed
being
of sound.
sued? I don't know what the Olympic Games are like when you're speaking the words. I'm sure it's fine.
You can use
It's only
it
for
civilly.
branding. You're not allowed to use it. Like if we Cultaholic sold like Olympic sausages, we get told off for it.
That's a very Adam Pacitti sounding thing. That.
You know what? I
Now.
try to think very quickly. What would Adam Pacitti try and
Here
sell?
are my Olympic sausages.
Do you think now I've said that, people are
Oh.
going to bug Pacitti to sell something with the word Olympic in, just so he can cause a stir?
So
Go on.
Damian Priest is like dark Superman. He's got like all black, but the S logo and a black cape. And then Rhea Ripley's some sort of goth.
Just Rhea Ripley.
They're
Can I have a look
both,
at the
they're
picture?
both goths.
Oh my God!
Oh,
He
okay.
has his hand on her
Oh
shoulder.
my
it's just
God.
Gone, it's just gone off. Did you see it before
It
my light
is,
went
I
off?
did see it. It is like at school where it's like, hey Ross, I saw you talking to Jessica or whatever. So when's the baby? It's like, but it's not. It's the wrestling and it's awesome. So yeah, fantastic match. Any thoughts there, Jack?
Yeah, I thought it was good as well. Finn Balor's good.
I'll tell you what, though.
Gable needs to be higher on the card, but we say that every time, so it doesn't matter. We do.
It's a shame the clever wrestler had to lose the match like that, though. Because that doesn't mean he's very clever. But then again, he's a professional wrestling heel, so maybe he should be losing the match like
Well,
that.
that's it, isn't it? Shayna Baszler is one of the toughest women.
Submission magician.
Wrestling on the thing. And yeah, master of submissions constantly gets caught up in a pinfall attempt, which he locks out. Oh, wow.
Hey.
Her name should be Shayna Good Wrestler or...
Shayna, not submission magician. Shayna submission. Oh, God,
Go ahead.
I've jumped me submission.
Go on,
Shayna,
think of that.
I
Maybe
bring
Paul
Shay-
Bearer here with a cup of Lemsip. The Lemsip!
I bring Shayna to submissions. Nah, shame, nane.
I'm putting the Lemsip down, Ross. This is going to
Shame on me for speaking.
The Street Profits take on the Dirty Dogs. I love always the Dirty Dogs in capital letters. Almost makes his entrance, chased by referees and agents, distracting Montez Ford, allowing Ziggler to super kick him for the win. Almost beats down the Street Profits after the match. Despite Randy Orton trying to stop him, guest commentator Riddle attacks Omos and gets slammed on the apron.
And Orton
Yeah.
says, I'm not mad at you, Omos. I'm mad at myself. What does that mean? For letting Riddle run off, and I guess.
Yeah.
Like he's his child at
Yeah,
the
no, really,
park,
yeah.
and he's fallen over because he let him run off.
It's my fault for trusting you. To not screw up.
He was bored pooless, wasn't he? Randy Orton on that commentary table.
Yeah. That's
Speaking
just
of-
Randy's normal voice.
Yeah.
Because all the comments like, my God, what a match. And Randy's like, yeah, well, I just
It
woke
must
up.
have been soul destroying for the lads having a match, though, because literally all the crowd were chatting
right.
for the arcade bro.
I get what they were going for, and it's a shame because the match is Street Profits and Ziggler and Rude. Of course, it's
Yeah.
going to be good, but yeah, crowd were like, we like them more. They're more interested in these lot.
And we missed the finish again.
What was that noise?
What was that?
Oh,
Thought you were joking. We missed the finish again, Kevin Dunn.
yeah.
Written down here, you little bitch, because he is. He's a little bitch. John Moxley's book.
Oh,
this
I was
week.
about to say yes.
Aye,
I can't wait to read that.
more news this week.
The,
that,
the magical wizard who lives in a truck.
Moxley went and said sorry for whatever he had to say sorry for. And then Kevin Dunn accepted the apology and then went to someone higher up and saying, the apology wasn't good enough. What a little bitch.
Behavior, yeah.
What a weird company.
Which led me to tweet out the other day. I was like, because I was thinking about, like, has any wrestler publicly said positive things about Kevin Dunn? Because I couldn't think of them. And then people were saying yes, they did, and I've forgotten who it was. Was it Daniel Bryan maybe was one of them?
I don't know if Daniel Bryan, but I listened to 83 Weeks this week.
Yeah,
and
Bischoff did,
Yeah,
yeah.
Bischoff was talking about how when Heenan first came and started doing commentary with him on Nitro, that Heenan liked to have everything planned out and done bits, and Bischoff was more spontaneous, he's given a few notes, and you don't know what the finish is. So that's why Heenan said, whose side is he on? Because he didn't know what was going to happen. And all this stuff. Whereas Heenan preferred to be produced and know what would happen. So
Well,
he
yeah,
prepared for it.
Heenan was right then. Because
Yeah.
if he'd never
Well, I
said...
mean,
if
yeah,
he never
that's-
knew... Oh, it's an iconic call, I suppose.
Certainly is. But apparently Heenan would, and someone else at WF, maybe Mean Gene, would yell like, Kevin Dunn doesn't do it like this. Kevin Dunn does everything perfectly. It wouldn't be like this with WWF with Kevin Dunn, stuff like that. Said Bischoff said if he'd heard it once, he heard it 1,000 times from him. So something to be said for that, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, Damian Priest, the fine line between good and evil, or the personification of that, because he's both a Damien and a priest.
And a priest. The devil and a priest in the same body. Which means he's fine, right? He's fine for most of a match. And then something happens, and then the demon comes out. The demon. How many times have we done the split personality thing? I'm thinking of Finn Balor when he first came to
Yeah.
the main roster.
That worked great, didn't it?
Yeah. There's got to be more.
The
Well,
Fiend
Randy
of Bray
Orton would go
Wyatt.
to that dark place, I suppose.
Yeah.
Sister Abigail for a match in Nevada.
Oh yeah, Bray I guess counts as well.
Cactus Jack do love Mankind.
Quite a lot of time.
We've been down this road before.
When Hulk Hogan one time at WWE went, you know what? I hate Horace Hogan so much. Hulk Hogan's not going to be enough for him, and he came out as Hollywood Hogan.
That's Terry Bollea with his massive winky.
No.
Sorry if I got that the wrong way around. Who was it?
It was Hulk Hogan who had a massive
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
impregnated
that's
all
right.
the witches.
Whereas Terry had the Halloweenie.
Anyway, Damien, always good, always bad. Priest talks about how T-Bar has disrespected him. And when he gets disrespected, he goes to Garth Marenghi's dark place. Which apparently, people watch Takahata stream all of the series on Twitch. And I went, you can stream an entire TV series on Twitch? And he goes, apparently the person who made Garth Marenghi, said that, yeah, just stream it. No one owns a copyright tomorrow, so I don't mind if you watch it on YouTube.
Oh, wow.
It's like, oh, okay. The pair have a great no DQ match, which Priest wins. Yes, they did. T-Bar wrestling more like Dijakovic and looking less like T-Bar.
Grew his hair out again,
Grew
isn't
his
he?
hair out, less makeup on,
Less clothes
less...
in general.
Maybe this will be another split personality thing.
No, God, no. No, he's
got-
less T-Bar.
He's found the metal inside of him. The bar inside of him.
To bar.
It's
The
coming
T-Bar inside all of us.
out. What is a T-bar? A toe bar?
It's some sort
I
of
assume
tool,
so.
I think.
tool?
Yeah. They were all named after things, weren't they?
Yeah.
Mace,
Find the tool inside of us.
slapjack,
Slapjack.
reckoning. That was the odd one out, reckoning.
Yeah, I called them Reckoning on Facebook this week, so I forgot. Oh, no, that was the name of somebody.
Yeah,
It doesn't
yeah.
sound like it should be somebody.
That was me,
Retribution
him.
Reckoning, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Mercedes Martinez,
who did an interview this maybe it was this week or was reported this week on Cultaholic, where she was asked, so why are you in Retribution for 2 segments? And she went, well, first of all, I've got asthma, so I can't wrestle with a mask on.
Oh.
It's very hard for me to wrestle without a mask on with having asthma. And the other thing is, I didn't think it was any good. Basically, she went on it for a long bit, and obviously you can have a look at Cultaholic, but it went into great detail. It's like, my part of my career, if I'm young, I can get away with doing something like this and coming back from it, all but calling it crap. And I just told them, no, I wasn't interested.
That's fair
And
play.
I left.
What was
and
her-
She was like, do you regret it? And she's like, no.
Her name began with an R as well.
Reckoning.
No, that's
That was
me. Yeah.
me,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry, who were we talking about?
Retaliation.
Oh, I
Retaliation.
didn't mean she had a name.
Oh, sorry, Mercedes Martinez. Sorry,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
right.
Do you think she was like,
Um,
she's looking at watching Raw going, if I made a huge mistake here, what if they're like the best stable ever? And then they lost all of their matches. It's like, oh, phew. Thank God for that.
I'm sure she was called Retaliation.
Retaliation, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well done, you, mate.
Retaliation.
Big fan of the old Retribution days, me. Shut it down.
Wait, let me get the camera.
Retribution happened around the same sort of time as Raw Underground started. It was like the same week they were both on, and I was like, what's going on?
It was a good week for Shane McMahon
I was
creativity, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Off work, me. Couldn't believe it.
Missed all that.
I know I could hear you laughing all the way from here. So, yeah. Oh, after that match, which I thought was very good. Again, another reason to think Raw was good this week. They just battered each other. Chokeslam off the apron through a table, which exploded.
It was lovely.
Like Pat Mustard's milk van.
Yeah.
Father Ted. Exploded. And then afterwards, Apollo Crews comes out with Commander Aziz and sets his sights on the US title. Okay, it could be worse. It could be better.
There'll be good matches, but who gives a toss at this point with Apollo Crews?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, pretty
Aye.
much.
I was going to say, did Damien Priest upset someone backstage? Because we did the old pay in the dues spot with the kendo stick. Remember when Dom had to pay his dues for the wrestling business, therefore he got twatted by a kendo stick lots of times?
I thought Priest was like, hey, I remember you from Ring of Honor. Yeah, you can get some stuff in. And he didn't just twat him. He twatted him until there was no more stick to be twatted with.
Aye.
It
His
broke.
abs
Paying
were
his
all
dues.
welty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weldy abs.
Welty abs. How welty abs? What an insult.
Yeah. So,
You're a effing wetty la. Hashtag nominate that for the Hall of Fame. You'll have seen this on the
So
Twitter
good.
this week.
Yeah.
Scouse man having a barb off with a TikTok muscle man.
Yeah.
You're a effing wetty
like
you la.
there's like a TikTok influencer type. He's all like a
Right, right.
bodybuilder lad, and he's like live streaming from this gym. So, just doing a few rows and that. And then there's somehow connects with this Scouse lad sat in his bedroom going like, you want that? I'd pop you like a balloon.
oh, I'm not seeing this.
He's like,
We'll be able to
"Oh,
watch it on here,
Then the
surely."
guy goes like, I'll steal your... It's probably,
so how do you
it's
find
probably
it?
swearing in it. But the lad
Yeah,
goes...
hang on, yeah.
the lad goes... The TikTok, like the influencer lad goes like, I'll steal your bird, mate. And then he goes like, you look like Bart Simpson. It's just so good.
oh, if you can say something like that, that sounds great.
Anyway.
Anyway, The 24/7 goons trying to fit. Oh god, you have to do this bit every friggin' week. Blah blah blah. 24/7.
No, John Morrison was involved.
John Morrison tells
not
them
a star
they have
rating?
to align their bodies with their minds. Oh, so he is doing yoga. Drake Maverick comes along and yells at them for not following the plan
Yeah, he's been doing for weeks.
for years.
I wish they would end this, Lau. It's the same every week, and it's not
Do
doing nothing.
they like have the script from last week and then just edit the bits and just forget to change anything?
Yeah.
They just follow the exact same.
Would you know? If this was us, right,
Yeah.
putting on a show each and every week, we just did the same. Oh, I've just realised the massive hypocrisy of what I was about to say there. If we were to do the same bollocks each and every week, would you not feel a bit bad and change it up? I'll shut up. As I'm sat here on the corner.
Hey Jack, what a great week it's been. Eh? Oh man, Iron Brew Extra. Wow, what a drink. Seth Rollins tries to strike up an alliance backstage with Kevin Owens, who was having none of it. Owens faces Big E, but Seth interferes and hits Big E behind the referee's back. Owens takes advantage, makes the cover, but Big E rolls him up for 3. After match, Owens denies knowing that Seth hit Big E and apologizes for taking advantage. Big E hits in the big ending anyway.
Doesn't care.
This is the reward
So-
I'm looking for.
So we've got Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens. Pretty good, right? These two know how to wrestle one another. Big E going, oh, okay, looking a bit good there. And then Big E not taking any guff from Seth.
Well,
Going,
from
Oh,
Owens.
from Owens.
for either of them.
Yeah. And it was good because remember on SmackDown when Big O joined the New Day?
Yeah.
And then Big O shafted the New Day.
This
This is the reward I'm talking about.
Thank you, Ross.
Yes.
People
There's
going,
no way they've had that in mind.
Yes.
no, absolutely, because when they go, hey, what you? People going, is Big E turning heel?
No.
Like, no, yeah, right.
He's doing what any normal human being would do. Tit for tat is the saying.
Yeah.
Or tit for tit if you're Michael Scott.
Tit for tit. Is that, is that like from the office?
I'm sure it is. It's been a while since I've seen it, but it was good. That
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it, and the crowd was sort of like, oh, I don't know what to do here.
Yeah.
SmackDown a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Do you not remember all the people owned? Right. Jericho, Zayn, New Day. Yeah.
All of them, all the
of
big
them.
hitters.
Yeah. Not to be trusted. So yeah, that was Monday Night Raw. Surprisingly good. NXT 2.0.
Fan, Dabby Dozy. It's on a roll as NXT 2.0.
Yeah, rolling all the way in the river. Mandy Rose opens the show and brags about becoming NXT Women's Champion. Gigi Dolan and JC Jane are backstage beating up Zoe Stark.
Apparently that's because Zoe Stark is actually injured and they needed a reason to write her out.
That's right. Thank you for reminding me. Wasn't it a headline somewhere? It's like, no, she's legitimately injured. Or she's out with a legitimate injury, which may be funny. Is there going to be a headline? It's like, no, she's out with an illegitimate injury.
With a non-medical, whatever AJ
Yeah,
Styles
yeah.
as well, as a non-injury medical reason.
Yeah. He just wasn't there.
Oh, he's okay, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
Aye.
Oh, is that a real thing?
That's
He's
a
actually
real
out with
thing,
it.
yeah.
Oh, because remember, like, again, we talked about this a while ago when Randy Orton wasn't on Raw. People were like, oh, what's happening? What's happening? It's just like, no, he's
no, this was actually reported. Like WWE,
Oh,
haven't,
okay.
WWE haven't confirmed it, but it's been reported.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. All right there. Where we at? Io Shirai enters and says she doesn't like Zoe, but she doesn't like Mandy even more.
I don't
She
think
doesn't like Mandy even
Yeah.
more.
So she comes out and goes, "Well, you've beat up my tag partner, but I don't really like her anyway." But because Io and Zoe have been doing this thing where can they get along? But I don't think they've put that across enough to really.
Yeah.
It's been very lazy with that storyline.
Oh no, it's always like every segment they're in. It's always like a little thing where they're a bit
but
like
it's really awkwardly done.
It is, yeah.
Well, it's the show for you if you like things awkwardly
But it's
done.
really funny though because like Io's like from Japan, and then like Zoe's not from Japan, so like they don't like it's
They went to a Japanese restaurant once.
Oh,
Zoe didn't know. Zoe didn't.
God. I forgot about that.
Zoe didn't have a clue what was going on.
Yeah.
Chopsticks.
a whole new world.
Yeah.
Bloody hell!
Hang
man.
on, this sushi, it's not cooked. I'll have to send it back. All wacky segments. Mandy cheap shots Io with the microphone and beats her down with the help of Toxic Attraction. But Io fights back and clears the ring with the help of Casey Catanzaro and Caden Carter.
I forgot they existed.
Yeah, hello.
Aye, it's going to be interesting if we get to a situation where we somehow have a straight up singles match for the NXT Women's Championship between Io Shirai and Mandy Rose. How does Mandy Rose win that match without the sort of interference of Toxic Attraction? Because that'd be funny, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If Mandy Rose out wrestled Io Shirai in a straight up one on
that's
one
what we're
contest.
waiting for.
Yeah,
There's
that's
no
NXT 2.0 for you.
There's no way. There's just no
How
chance.
could they do it though?
They'll just have them interfere, won't they?
Yeah.
But if
No, without that, though.
aye,
yeah.
let's put a stipulation like where they're all banned from ringside.
They're in the Timothy Thatcher cage scaffold
Yeah.
match.
Well, then she'll just cheat.
Kenny Omega. She's like Kenny Omega, isn't she, Mandy Rose these days?
Yeah.
With the knees and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's it. They often spoken about in the same sentence.
Go, no, she's not.
Dakota Kai denies attacking Raquel Gonzalez to help Mandy Rose. She just did it for The Rock. Sorry, the revenge. Dakota faces Cora Jade and wins. She attacks Jade afterwards, but thinks twice and sods off.
Yeah, weird. So she's got Cora Jade underneath a flat table, half under the ring, like her head sticking out, and there's the table there. Yeah. And Dakota's going to jump down and like stomp on it.
Yeah.
But then she goes, "Oh, that's not me. That." Yeah, it is. You're a vicious heel. What's going on?
What were the vignettes about with Dakota Kai when she's in the graveyard?
Well, it was to build up to Halloween Havoc, wasn't it?
Was it not like to bury her old self? And I can't remember what she was saying.
Right.
This is a legitimate question on my part.
Can't remember.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what it means then. She's getting rid of the... Wow, this, of all the times I preferred for commentator to yell down about what's happening with this.
Yeah. But the only difference from the old Dakota and the new Dakota is a sassy bit of eye paint.
But also, she's not as evil now. Because she didn't... I don't understand.
This face paint signifies I am slightly less evil than I used to be.
NXT is too complicated for me. I don't understand.
If this wipes off, then you would have been done for
right.
Cora Jade.
That's right.
Cora Jade, who, as we've established, because I like Avril Lavigne so much, is my favourite wrestler on NXT.
Right, we've established this is now
Yeah.
kayfabe.
Punk rock, skateboards,
Yes.
I was gutted that she didn't win this match.
beanie hats.
Yeah,
That's right.
Cora. She laid Cora's skateboard over her as well before she left. Weird.
What does that mean in the skateboarding community? Is that a sign of
I can't
disrespect?
skateboard. This is like when everyone was surprised that Pacitti had never seen Star Wars. I've never been able to skateboard in my life.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I think Pachit likes Star Wars.
Because it's Adam Pacitti, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
He's a big dirty nerd, isn't
But
he?
he's never seen it.
I thought he was like he's a self-hating nerd. That's right.
He's what kind of nerd is Adam? He loves Andy Kaufman. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
He likes board games. He likes
Board games and that.
Oh, that type of nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah. A nerd with standards.
Very British nerd.
Yeah.
British nerd, yes. Loves windmills. MSK could have promoted a bus stop. Where
No, wait, hang on. That sounds like they've cut a promo on the bus stop. Like, you piece of trash bus stop.
Let me tell you something, bus stop.
No, they're sat at the bus stop cutting a promo.
That's right. And Izzy's parents are going around in the car going, "Boo!" every time like that.
Mental, that story, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy.
They're sad about their tag title loss, but say they're getting help from someone. A person who invented the legend of MSK.
What does that mean?
They miss their bus while talking and have to walk. But the shot was here, waiting for the bus to show up.
But they were so deep in their discussion, they didn't realise the bus was coming, so they missed it. But the origin of MSK, doesn't it stand for like something to do with cannabis, but with a K?
Mad skunk.
I thought it was like mostly...
Oh, I've not thought about that.
I'm sure I've read somewhere it's like mostly smoking cannabis or something. Oh. Which obviously it won't be... Oh, it could be an NXT.
It could be they
2.0.
never say what it is,
Yeah.
It's like CM Punk.
Anything's a goer in NXT 2.0, isn't it? As we're finding out week on week. They say SHIT and everything. So that led me to believe that RVD is going to debut as their senpai.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Who could it be if only wrestlers were into weed? That's a joke.
No,
Just
you know
a
what the
little-
new game is going
just
to
a
be?
little joke.
Bus drivers.
Bus drivers.
That's it.
Right.
Because they're possibly going to be on strike in the area.
Do we have a wrestler with a second name driver?
Sam.
Sam. Obviously, yeah.
Adam, he's a bit busy at the minute. directing
Well,
stuff.
the actor. Right.
Tyler Bates, that'll do you. He does the Tiger Driver 97, didn't he? 98, whatever year it was. 2007.
Okay.
2009.
Yeah.
He
97.
could be a bus driver.
Depends what mood he's in.
Yeah.
Sometimes the Tide Drive 97, sometimes 98.
What's been going on in NXT UK? Have we not been
No one knows.
keeping up to date with it?
NXT UK
I
is
know
real.
I know that. What's he called? You know the lad. No,
Joe Stein,
Flash
isn't it?
Morgan Webster, man. Not even no, like
Oh,
an
there you go.
established British wrestler. Flash Morgan Webster. Is it Mandrews and Jaya Brookside? They're all the subculture because they're all in a different.
That's another
That's
group
great.
would appeal to him with the skateboards.
Yeah.
I love them.
It's just you split up into three, like that film.
What?
Oh, what's it called?
Different parts of my personality.
Lion
Yeah.
King.
The guy's like the guy's got lots of split personalities. It was in the Unbreakable Bruce Willis.
I'm not sure.
Oh, bugger.
Being John Malkovich.
Yeah, sure. Just carry on,
Of
Matthew.
Mice
You've
and
ruined
Men.
it. Of Mice and Men. Yeah, who's that?
Titanic.
Yes. Robert Stone says Zion Quinn is jealous of him.
Oh my God.
He challenges
This
Quinn.
was so
Oh, there we
weird,
go. You
man.
know what? It's amazing how quickly I forget these segments, and that takes 3 words to go, oh, yeah, right. He challenges Quinn to dance better than him, so Quinn does a karaoke rendition of Sexy Boy. He then squashes Stone in a match.
So, sorry, I've missed a bit there where Robert Stone does a bit of a dance/singy song first.
Frankie Monet's theme. He tries to sing along with it, but changing the words Frankie to Robert Stone.
Yes.
And he goes for it, like.
When I was watching his performance, I thought I was at Butlins and I wanted to pull my eyes out my head. But then when Zion Quinn started singing Sexy Boy, all of a sudden I'd left Skegness and I'd gone straight to Broadway. That was sensational.
Yeah.
It's a slightly bigger Butlins.
You can tell what's happening. Like Vince and Bruce have watched this big, beefy lad just do some kicks and whatnot, going, he hasn't got much of a personality, damn it. Let's get that personality out of him. Sing Sexy Boy on national TV, you... I was about to say pussy there, but that's right.
I'm glad you didn't say it then.
No, I think that they're a bit in love with him. Like the crew, the Booker men are a bit in love with Zion Quinn because his whole thing is that like ladies just love him. Like there's a bit where he's walking into the building with a girl on each arm, and then that bloke tried to push in front of them, and he was like, "Shiver, he's not dead," and he beat him up. There was that bit where there was a bit after this match where Elektra Lopez is like, he's a bit of all right him, and he's singing Sexy Boy as well. His gimmick is that he's really attractive.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's going out with that lass who sung the Inspirations new theme. I don't know what she's called. She's got the red hair.
Oh,
Ah.
Eva Marie.
Eva Marie.
Yeah.
Coming
sorry.
to wrestling news now soon.
That's right, The Lion King. So, yeah, that was a segment that happened.
It was a segment of two halves. First half was a drab affair. Second half was all kinds of flames and fire. It was lit, as the kids would say.
Yeah.
Certainly was. And backstage, Elektra Lopez, I've already said a bit. Legado del Fantasma take on Kyle O'Reilly and Vogue Wagner and win after a miscommunication and a roll-up and a discussion with AEW about bringing him in.
It's good to see the Cal's trust issues might be coming back after this because they've just been forgotten about. And trust issues don't go away like that.
Wow, the trip in the woods melted a lot of the issues away.
Yes, that one romantic night in the woods.
Put that bike
Lots
away,
of log
Kyle.
lifting.
Well, we're going, we won't need bikes.
Hey, Vaughn, you're out there, but I'm kind of out there too. Let's be friends.
Hasn't worked.
Oh, man.
Hasn't worked.
They
To me,
lost.
it was like watching one of those. It's like when you've got an accumulator on the football, and the one that you were most sure of, everything's all lined up.
yeah.
You think this is definitely going to come through. One team's clearly better than the other. One team's more informed than the other, and it just doesn't work somehow.
Yeah,
Kyle O'Reilly and Von Wagner were that team. They were Chelsea
yeah.
against. Well, Imperium were like against like Wolves. Wolves have won, right? I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this.
No, I like your analogy. Yeah. So that's a good storyline.
This is the
They
start
trust
of-
each other and then they suck in the ring.
The start of a heel turn for Von Wagner, I think. That's what I took from this segment. Hack theory for you there.
If Kyle leaves, how hard is he going to get squashed by Von Wagner before he goes?
You'll make him into a log, like send him down to the wood chipper, put him in there. Be like that film where a body gets put
Fargo, yes.
in the wood chipper.
Yeah. And then it'll cut to the commentators going, this is a bit like Fargo, the film. Backstage, Tony Schiavone presents Hikaru Shida. What?
Where are we?
How did that happen?
What's happening?
Hang on. Too many pages. This could happen in NXT, to be honest with you.
He jumped ship.
There we are. Yeah. This week in wrestling.
Andre Chase, teachable moment.
Damian Priest.
Yeah.
A great gimmick to be liked, ironically.
Andre Chase issues an open challenge to prove that he isn't a coward, while his microphone refuses to cooperate with him, and who can blame it? After being scared by The Way last week, the challenge is answered by Bron Breakker, who absolutely destroys him. Breakker says he isn't finished with Tommaso Ciampa in a promo where if you shut your eyes, it was the Steiners. We say this every week. Everyone says exactly the same thing because it's true. Oh my God, he looks and sounds and wrestles like the Steiners.
Why don't you just call him Steiner?
Don't be silly.
I know that Scott doesn't like Triple H and Stephanie.
And they don't like him.
But let's get past that, for goodness sake. And let's just call him Steiner.
You should mess with him by naming after somebody else that they don't like in WWE. Like, oh, here he comes. The son of Ole Anderson. Young Anderson.
He's in AEW, isn't he? He's called Brock.
Oh, that's right. Wait, it's Arn Anderson's kid, isn't it?
Yeah, it is Arnold's
Yeah.
kid, yeah.
Well, Arn
That
and-
was my attempt at a
Arn
joke.
Arn and Ole had a kid, that's right. That's why, Rick and Scott had a kid, and that's why
They were kayfabe brothers only, so that's fine.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right. Oh, wow, you got me that. Wow.
The Andersons were, yeah.
Checkmate, Ross. It was some Dance Brothers.
Does that
and
mean
they
that
were like,
Carl Anderson's part of the same family as well? And if it's all kayfabe, who cares? Are all
Who,
wrestling-
Sour Boy?
Are all
Yeah, so-
Everyone's favourite gimmick, Sour Boy.
Sour Boy has torn our office apart.
Richard, do you
upstairs.
like Sour Boy?
I'm not really sure.
That's the correct response.
It's terrible.
Because upstairs, a couple of lads upstairs in the office are big fans of Sour Boy off being the Elite, which is just Carl
I've seen
Anderson
it.
going, yeah, just going.
just doing that.
And then
Like he's eating something sour.
And then everyone else is like, what's up there, Sour Boy? You all right? You eating something sour there? And he goes like, yeah.
he just makes it. He just puts a voice on.
Skibbity-boo. Sounds like
right.
Porky Pig.
Yeah.
That's all, folks. Yeah.
That's it. So that was Breaker being awesome.
Yeah.
There's always not really news there, is it?
Andre Chase was also awesome.
No,
as
he
well.
wasn't.
This is
Go
a
on,
teachable
Ross.
moment.
Was it?
PhD and taking a ass whooping, whatever we're saying.
Taking it out.
Taking a kicking the ass. PhD in that.
Yeah.
Very good gimmick. Really enjoyed it.
Watch out, Ross. He'll chase you. It's time for lashing out with Lash
no.
Legend.
Yes.
I made it 3 seconds into this. And
Oh.
special guest Tony D'Angelo. I tried.
Hey,
I tried.
you got a reward if you watch the entire segment because Mark's
Oh
not
my
dead.
God. Tony D'Angelo looks a bit like Sour Boy.
What?
Just the same facial
You think?
expression. Hey, oh.
He looks like that
oh.
naturally.
Yeah. Yeah. Just with hair. Yeah.
What happened if he ate something sour? Would his face just
Go even
disappear?
more. Yeah.
Sucking into his own head.
Come out the back. Lashley's producer, Mark, is back on the show with
He's
a broken
live.
arm, and Tony makes veiled threats to him.
Say hello to your beautiful family. Say hello to your
It's
two
the
boys.
little things, like a little sprinkle of
But
mozzarella
that was-
on a pasta
no,
dish.
see, that was fine. That was fine for me. But then it cut to Lash LaRue going like, how does he know?
Lashley Roo!
Woo, woo.
It cuts to the Misfits in action. All there. Yeah. Major Guns is like, how does he know all this?
The Raging Cajun
Yeah.
is on.
Oh, let's
His
just
gimmick
start-
is he
let's
has
just-
sideburns.
Let's just stop pretending that Lash Legend is just all of the Misfits. It's their talk show.
Yeah.
Apart from probably Bill DeMar.
Yeah, probably apart from him. Big Bill. Mark leaves, and Tony says he wants to face bigger and better stars in NXT. Has he had one match?
Yeah, he won.
Oh, yeah,
two.
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, this took a long time to get going.
I still don't understand
Tony.
why Lash Legend gets the reaction she does for everything she
They
says.
love her.
It's not funny. It's just not.
I can't tell. I watched this and went, why am I trying to figure
She's
out
somehow
what it's supposed to be?
hypnotized those poor people in that
Yeah.
in that Phoenix
They're all,
Nights club.
they're all a bit dead. They're all a bit dead behind the eyes.
Yeah, there's a cult going on there.
Yeah.
But it was fantastic how Tony, denied knowing anything about Mark, but then knew about his family and his kids and his house and his whatever.
Yeah.
Just little things.
He's in the mob.
Yeah.
He's a
No, he's
family-
not. He's
the
in
mob.
waste management.
Yeah, sorry.
Come on, man. Lash LaRue's in the mob, though. In his first NXT match, Solo Sikoa beats Jeet Rama.
Yeah, that's the Usos brother.
No, it's not, but it is. But it's not, but it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because they'll call him the Usos. So.
Oh, right. I thought this was like a.
They made
oh,
mention,
Man. I
didn't they,
thought this
of,
was like how Rock's in the family because an older relative was blood brothers with one of the Anoa'i's and stuff.
Yeah.
But no, the Usos really are this guy's brother. Yes.
Yeah,
Cool.
but did he say something really briefly on commentary about how the Usos and the Anoa'i's abandoned him?
What?
So the fight.
His
upbringing
gimmick's about
was by
fighting on the
himself.
street, yeah, but I don't know if they outright said.
But I'm not.
Well, the
It sounded
blood-
like it's. I heard it.
Oh.
But so that he was banned and all left, so he had to fight by himself.
Rikishi left him.
Yeah,
What?
Had him in the back of the car, didn't he?
yeah.
I don't know why that was going.
Why-
Got Tony D'Angelo to, take him up, brother.
Had him in the back of his
I thought you meant
car
the
and he
back of
jumped
the-
in Triple H's
I
car.
thought, yeah, when he ran over Steve.
Yeah, and in that moment he escaped from the car and lived on the streets
He's
forevermore.
got testicle, spectacles,
He
wallet,
lived-
watch. Yeah, I've got everything.
He lived in the car park of Survivor Series 2000. 99. 99?
99.
Yeah.
That's where he grew up.
Yeah.
I would like to know, Richard, if you wouldn't mind Googling what Sikoa means in what language will that be? Oh God, I've asked a question.
Samoan.
Samoan.
Is that a language? Have
don't
they got their
know.
own
Don't
language?
know.
So
I
no,
can't
if
keep my mouth shut.
you translate the Usos, that means the brothers.
Oos?
Us.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so
why
they're
they
called
all
the
say it.
brothers. Yeah, so I was wondering
Ah.
what Sol obviously means on his own, hopefully, and Sikoa. I was just wondering what it meant.
Really on his own.
Yeah.
Survivor
If we
Series
can't find it,
99.
we don't. If you know in the comments down below, let us know just in case. Sikoa, a surname of a Polish language. That's not right.
Polish. Oh.
Isn't it weird how Rich is on that computer and has come up with Polish as the
Richard's
best?
on the-
Yeah, it
Richard's
is.
on-
Samoan is the language.
Richard's on Polish Google
Oh,
again.
Samoan is the language. There you go. Put it in Samoan.
Samoan.
I just find it interesting, these little things. Score! Solo goal.
Hey.
Yeah.
Did it all by himself?
Maybe he's got one goal, and that one goal is to fight on the streets and then in the ring.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just wondering if it had like some sort of reference to, the Usos are together, but he's on his
Yeah.
own. Yeah, but obviously not.
To co-translate to the Usos are bastards. Grayson Waller loses to Boa after distraction from The Rock.
Yes.
Yes.
So he's still got issues after Halloween Havoc.
You see what he said when Beth was like, I feel like LA Knight's mic level's really high. He said in return, I've got it written down, I'm going to read it right now.
Go on.
Ain't nothing really high but the level of talent at this desk right now. Ba-boom! You throw anything his way and he bats it straight back. Anything.
Not for a 6. For like a single. Which is
Out of the stadium.
I'm not going to knock it. He's one of those cricketers who just gets his century in 1s and 2s, and I've got respect for that.
Yep. The other
Jonathan
night,
Trott.
Yeah, he's Jonathan Trott.
He's Jonathan Trott, which,
He's-
if you know cricket, couldn't be further from LA Knight if he
He's
tried.
Andrew Strauss.
The other night, Cameron Grimes has been playing poker with Duke Hudson, whose gimmick is he plays poker.
I love the fact that the only difference between normal Duke Hudson in that tournament and Poker Man Duke Hudson is a golden jacket. He just sat there going, yeah, let's play poker. Are we ready to go? Yeah, better luck next time. There's no sort of like showmanship, is there? It's just a golden jacket.
It's
Fantastic.
like years after poker was like a really big thing online and stuff like that. It's like now they're doing a poker gimmick.
Oh, we're a good 10, 15 years after the poker
What's he called?
boom.
Dan Blitz. What's he called?
Bill Zarian.
Bill Zarian, that's the one.
Like a bit of a fraudster, him, I think. I've
Is
heard.
he?
Yeah,
Oh.
he's not really good at poker, apparently.
Is he not?
Apparently, his dad gave him all of his money.
Oh.
Oh, that dude. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's great watching documentaries about him.
I'm thinking your Phil Hellmuths and all them.
Yeah,
that-
yeah.
And what's
That's
he
what I was
called? Daniel Negreanu.
Yeah.
True
They're-
Geordie.
No, not True Geordie.
He's good at poker, isn't he?
No, he just likes the image of being good at poker. He wishes he was Conor McGregor, that lad. Sorry, True Geordie.
Jack shoots hard. True Geordie.
Oh, no.
Cameron Grimes
He
showed
knows
up
where I
here.
live. Vaguely.
Yeah,
He
vaguely,
knows,
yes.
yeah.
To look for Rise and look for a skater boy.
Go to the Avril Lavigne concert.
God, how long would you be looking there if you went to Rise for a skater boy?
No, I'm starting to... I don't look like the kids in Rise anymore. They've all got face tattoos and...
Face tattoos.
Yeah.
They're all way more edgy than me.
You know what I don't understand? My barber, I follow them on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Mullets are back in.
Oh, they-
They look disgusting. Not like yours, not like
Like shaved on the side, shaved in.
Oh, yeah,
on
no,
the
the proper
sides,
mullets.
and
Yeah, yeah.
Curly.
If you want my body
Disgusting.
and you think, wait, was that? No, I'm thinking it was Billy Ray Cyrus who had a mullet, not Rod Stewart.
It's not like a Brian
Yeah.
Pillman Jr. mullet though, because I can appreciate. It's like a dirty mullet.
Yeah.
Tell you
like
what,
a Trailer Park Boys mullet.
Kind of, yeah.
Ollie Ball was growing a bit of
Dave
a mullet.
Meltzer.
It's Ollie Ball, yeah.
Dave Meltzer.
Meltzer, yeah.
Yeah. No, there were 10 for Penny in Bishop Auckland. So I thought, are they coming back? Or are they just going, yeah, well, why not? And then I go to Newcastle and
Aye.
bit by
Everyone's
bit,
looking
hair
like,
by hair.
Everyone looks like they've run away to join the circus. They're all little carnies. Wrestling's going to be huge in 10 years.
Anyway, Grimes wins this amazing tournament despite not knowing how to play poker. Hudson is annoyed. Also, Grimes does that. You want 21? I've got 22.
Yes.
Which is like, I get it.
Little bit tasteless, but it's fine.
Nah, I think we all made fun of this
Yeah,
plenty
yeah,
of time
yeah,
before we
yeah.
realised, the horrors of addiction. So, but yeah. Ciampa cuts a promo saying that Bron Breakker was supposed to be the next NXT champion, but nobody told Ciampa.
Like that, yeah, that was good.
He's surrounded by Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams, who were about it. Ciampa drops Williams and leaves. Hayes and Williams have a tag match against Gargano and Loomis, which they're able to win after a bit of rule breaking. And you're thinking, all right, well, that wasn't too bad. And then Gargano and Ciampa do the stare.
Oh, yeah, they did that, yeah.
Ah.
I think it was just a little thing. Just a little thing.
Won't get a witch pregnant.
No.
No.
I think Ciampa's got like big, like hard dad energy. He's like a hard dad. Like Trick Williams was getting all up in his face, like a younger man in a bar, and Ciampa, the hard dad who's seen it all, bang.
Yeah.
See you later.
The guy was like, I'm not even scared.
No.
I'm not even bothered. I'm thinking about what I'm going to do when I get in after this.
But the difference is like the hard dads of Newcastle look a bit knackered, whereas Ciampa's like, yeah.
It is strange because I find magicians terrifying me.
Magician.
Magicians.
Trick. Right,
with
got
Trick
you.
Williams.
There we go.
He's got to be a magician, hasn't he? We're
Yeah.
taking things literally in names now in the wrestling.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, so he's got to be a magician. I'd
Trick,
be scared of Trick.
Yeah.
They're
like-
unnerving.
Wait,
aren't
wait,
they,
wait, let's go back a bit. Are you actually scared of magicians?
I find them really unnerving.
Ah.
I couldn't see myself trusting a magician. If I was having work done at me flat or something, and I found out that the tradesman was also a magician on the side, I would ask him to leave the premises straight away. In case he put some sort of curse on me flat.
You went, no, I'm not a magician by trade. I'm a cowboy.
He's a member
Well
of his local union and
Yeah.
the Magic Circle.
It's like
They
everyone
always
needs a
have
hobby.
the thin, the stereotypical magician, British magician, thin pencil mustache. or
So what do you
goatee.
think of not magicians but like Darren Brown types?
Darren Brown seems like a nice man,
But he
And I
could take over the world if he wanted.
He could do. I didn't think that until I saw him in Brewdog
What?
in Newcastle. He was in there. He must have done a show in Newcastle or something. Who was out with? Oh, it was back at the old place. It was a few years ago.
I wasn't there.
No.
Miss Darren.
It was me and
You
one
didn't bring
other
your
person.
ID, so we'll let you in. So what was Darren Brown doing?
Just drinking in Brewdog in
Sorry.
the corner, surrounded by his entourage or cult, whatever it is. He was nice.
Was he levitating pints into his mouth?
He had a bottle. That's all I remember. He was just like in the dark. You know, you got the bit in Brewdog where you got the dark.
Yeah,
one underneath. Yeah, he was in there. Obviously, because he's a creepy magician. I do enjoy watching this stuff, though.
Do you think they're checking the money he gave them twice? Just to make sure?
Where
was-
were we going
was
with that?
interesting.
Oh yeah, Trick. Aye, they were good. That match was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
No.
two younger lads bumped like fiends. I think that's the third time I've said this on the podcast.
Yeah. But very apt for this match.
Running
Yeah,
out of ideas.
Hayes and Williams, they're a reason to watch NXT.
I really like them. Yeah. They're about it.
About
That's right. About it.
because I mistakenly thought when I first heard them because I watched it on 2 times speed again. Bowdy, like
I remember that, yeah. Body, we like to party.
yeah. Olale.
Arriba la Raza.
Let's check out this awful episode of Dynamite then, lads. Because I thought
I didn't say it was
good.
awful. I just said Raw was better.
All right.
But yeah.
I'll reserve my final judgment until we've been through it
All right,
again.
let's go through it. Like so, how
As I
good
said,
Raw
I was neck and lemsip
it-
like it was going out of fashion this morning, so I could have been wrong.
Like you just been. Darren Brown had told you that it was not actually Lemsip. Kenny Omega beats Allen 5 Angels in a non-title match. After the match, he tries to hit the one-winged angel on a chair, but Hangman Page runs in for the save. Kenny avoids the buckshot lariat and runs away, but leaves his belt behind. Hangman lets him retrieve it.
Good. Because when they hold up the belt, it often means they're not going to. That was disproven actually.
They're teasing.
That was disproven by Jinder Mahal, who held the belt out of a sunroof and drove away. And I thought, well, he's definitely not winning that belt, and he did.
Just dying to go through one of those low bridges.
Do you remember the lockdown where these two fellas had a wrestling match?
Yes.
And then
I
people
do
were
remember.
like, Kenny Omega's been buried because he lasted for 5 minutes with Allen 5 Angels.
People were not like this. Ryan Satan, who should not be trusted with a name like that. Do you
Oh,
not
it's
think,
just
Ross?
Ryan Satan.
Ryan Satan was somebody. So I've already seen online speculation. This is why sometimes I can, with the mental gymnastics required to watch AEW sometimes, that this match went on for a surprisingly long period of time, considering Kenny Omega's the big champ and Allen 5 Angels is comparatively no one special, really. He's not.
In the kayfabe.
In the kayfabe stance away, yes, of course. It went on long just despite one journalist. And you know what? It might be true because it's wrestling and it's stupid.
It could be.
And great.
Is
But
Tony
what's
Khan
stupid?
that petty?
Oh yeah. Tony Khan is that.
So I
bad.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the examples of Tony Khan's pettiness?
Every time WWE do something, and often I agree with Tony Khan, but he doesn't. He's not afraid of getting in there and giving it back.
We didn't see
Yeah.
a conspiracy. That's one thing I was expecting to see on Dynamite.
Yes,
this week.
true,
Yeah.
true.
Maybe that'll be on BTE.
I was expecting to see Brandon
It's a
Cutler
BT
doing
thing.
it
Which
with
means
the
I won't
Bucks.
see it.
Oh no. CM Punk cuts a serious promo about John Moxley, we talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
Encourages anybody struggling to follow Moxley's example and seek help. And he talks about his own previous issues where he was criticised because he wanted help, he needed help, and went and got it. And he says it's great that we live in this age where it's okay to do that.
Yeah.
And we fully support those words.
Way I.
He then calls out Eddie Kingston for interrupting his interview last week and says he'll accept his apology on Rampage.
Oh, how insulting! Eddie Kingston's going to batter him for that.
Yeah.
Well, I hope so. It'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope he does.
Punk wins with a roll up.
I think this could be Punk's first loss. Probably not, but there's a chance.
I like it. The first ever meet.
He's choked out Maffew. Punk's nothing compared
Yeah,
to Maffew.
That's right. That's right. My stats are better in UFC than CM Punk.
Oh no!
I'm undefeated.
Oh no!
Cole and the Bucks are interviewed. and say that last week's loss was a fluke. Christian Cage and Luchasaurus arrived at Teaser Brawl, and it's good there because like Christian shows up and they're like, ha ha ha, we'll beat you up, you little wuss. Luchasaurus shows up and goes, all right, never mind, bye. They arrive to Teaser Brawl, which the Elite accept because they have the numbers advantage. They fight out in the arena where Jungle Boy dives off the stage and take them out. Jungle Boy puts Cole in the snare trap, and Christian finishes off with a concerto.
Where's this going?
That.
This entire thing, where's it going?
Well, a match at Full Gear, I imagine.
We've already had the big, like, 6-man match, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
And Cole's in a little mini feud with John Silver, so it's not him.
It's always when the pay-per-view comes up and they're like, uh-oh, we can't make it a 9-hour
hang
pay-per-view.
on.
We have to like have some stuff.
Have we already had Jungle Boy and Adam Cole one-on-one?
We have.
Yeah, where's
Cole
it going?
won.
Yeah.
I thought this segment was a bit of just a,
A
thing
tag
that
match?
happened. Yeah.
Young Bucks versus just Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy?
Maybe.
With Christian at ringside going, yay.
Christian versus Adam
Why
Cole?
didn't you get to vote for me in the Patreon last week?
Got to be leading to Christian versus Adam Cole. He hit him with a concerto. That's got to lead to a match.
Killed him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Be dead now.
Yeah, he's dead now. He can't wrestle.
Doing that thing.
I think that's what it leads to. Cole and Christian.
Oh, Cole, you all right?
You net that cannon monster that time. Good times. I just thought, I thought that just because, like, you think now, we've seen pretty much all of it now. Like, this segment was a bit much of a muchness.
Much of a muchness, I agree, but...
Impressive all the same, though, Jungle Boy.
Yeah.
I was calling you Jungle Boy there. It was impressive all the same, though, Jungle Boy, wasn't it, eh?
Yes, Maffew was, yes. FDR successfully defend the AAA tag title against Aerostar and Samurai Del Sol, aka the former Kalisto.
Oh, we never mentioned all this stuff.
Yeah, okay, we'll get the match out of the way. I like Aerostar because he likes jumping off stuff.
Because he jumped off that
I like
thing in the
AAA
AAA
stuff.
Rumble.
Yeah,
it was
and all the
huge.
stuff here. This was okay. Aerostar didn't look that great.
I thought it was fantastic.
Did you?
How he would do all this flamboyant, like, rope work to build up to this impressive leap off the top rope. But when the leap off the top rope came, he would just fall like a fridge. And he did that multiple times, and I thought that was admirable.
I'm glad you liked it. FDR managed to not catch them twice, which I guess is could be an issue if they're going to, let me have a look. Oh, AAA to defend the titles against luchadors who like to dive onto people. But yeah, it was okay. I wish it was better than it was, to be honest with you. What do you think, Jack? You like lucha?
Do I?
I don't know. So I'd say that.
I like Lucha Underground.
Yeah, which Aerostar was on.
Yes, he was. As a time-traveling man from the future. I thought I think I agree with you. I would have I would have assumed that it was going to be better than it turned out to be. I didn't hate it.
I thought it was interesting that Kalisto, or whatever his new name is now, sorry. What was it? Sorry?
Samurai.
Oh, well, don't get his name wrong or misspell it online, Ross.
God, yeah.
Oh, man. Wait, why didn't Chris Jericho just say that privately, eh?
All right, so...
Okay.
So Kalisto, Samurai Del Sol on Twitter said something about Brody Lee.
Yeah.
Used his real name, but it's John without a H.
Yes.
And I know like John Arbuckle from Garfield. That's how I remember that John. So he said John with an H. And Chris Jericho quoted him going, you misspelled his name.
Just send that privately, Chris.
There's got to be some sort of pre-existing beef there for him to do that.
Pre-existing condition of Jericho that he's an idiot. And then Kalisto replied, hey, sorry about that, which is full of emotion, and took the moral high ground. And
Chris, he looked like a dickhead there, did Derek?
He looked like a dick.
And I saw people had found old tweets that Miro had done where he'd spelled Brody wrong. And people saying Jericho won't call him Miro out, was he?
Actually, it's a very good reason for that.
His neck.
And
he's fighting. He's challenging God. Do you think he's gonna bother with Jericho?
And then also, I saw people saying that if Jericho had tried this with Sin Cara rather than Kalisto.
Oh yes,
notorious, surprising backstage hard man, Sin Cara.
Sin Cara undefeated backstage.
I was going to say it was interesting that Kalisto was going back to the old lucha stuff, considering how wank that was.
I was thinking that as well, but then you heard the reaction from the crowd. You go,
I love a little chant along, but I just thought it was interesting.
I can't wait for Kalisto to turn heel, also Rudo, and just go wrestling.
If I was at a wrestling show and a luchador turned to the crowd and did that and said lucha, I'd join in.
Yeah.
You can't help it.
You can't help it,
know.
Yeah. Hey, some of the stuff is cheesy but works, but so's a lot of stuff. Yeah. Backstage, Tony Schiavone presents Hikaru Shida with her trophy for 50 wins, which she already had, I guess, but I guess she's getting it again.
Because Serena smashed it, didn't she?
That's right. Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero intimidate her. because she has Rose in the TBS tournament. Oh, goody.
It was funny how Nyla was like, took you long enough to get that.
Why? It's 50 wins.
She hasn't got one herself, has she?
No, she hasn't.
Yeah.
That's the hypocrisy.
I know. Dirty heels.
Bad
For
one.
me,
Grr.
and it's been a while,
Every
but
Rose has its thorn.
for me, Sheeta and Rose have wrestled a lot of times already.
Yeah.
But I know that was like a year and a half ago now, but still, it was...
They had that match, didn't they? The
No DQ one?
Yeah.
That was
Oh, they
good.
did, yeah.
But they had quite a few before that as well, I think.
Nyla's like the 99 heart of the AEW women's division. She just show up and have a match, and you're like, hang on, what?
Right, I get what you mean. Yeah, okay.
I'm having a match. All right.
I get more invested in Nyla Rose's matches than I do Natty's. That's the booking, not Natalia's fault.
I want to see more from Nyla and Vicky. Me backstage.
Do you?
Way I. They're funny. They're funny. Those two.
Vicky's. I'm on edge. I'm on edge when Vicky's on the mic these days. After she said she'd shove a jalapeno up someone's ass. What was that?
See what I mean?
Yeah, you never know what's going to
thank you
happen.
for that. Thank you for that hot, painful memory. Oh. The Inner Circle pick the members of American Top Team to join Scorpio
no,
Sky,
segment,
Ethan Page,
yeah,
and the 5 on
okay.
5. Look, Dan Lambert talking, great. I'm all for
Fantastic,
it.
yeah.
Jake Hager doing impressions of, Felix the Cat and whatever.
Top tier.
Yeah, the other 1940s cartoon characters.
10 on
I'm here
10,
for it. Yeah, 10 out of 10. And then everyone else has to join in.
Paige Van Sant.
Yeah, she was good.
She was good on the promo as well.
She's very good, but her dialogue is just set up just so Jericho can all do a...
That's not her fault. She performed it. Yeah, but
I could take all 5 of you on at once.
Yeah, Jericho,
carry on, AEW.
Jericho thinks it's still 2000 and he's feuding with Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah.
My schedule is wide open on the 13th.
And obviously it doesn't sound good in a modern context anyway. But at least when Jericho was saying that to Stephanie, they were both young. Now Jericho's saying this to like the young Paige Van Zandt. And Jericho's now like 50, and it's like,
Yeah.
come on,
Yeah,
Chris.
right.
Come on now, Chris.
Ha, you like sex.
Yeah.
All right, you
It's
weirdo.
so naughty.
Ha ha. By the way, get my name right. Jake Hager picks Junior Dos Santos. Santana picks
Saying he looks like
Andre.
Popeye.
Santana picks Andre Arlovsky.
Yes.
And Jericho has a very cringy war of words here before changing direction, actually picking Dan Lambert, who was not happy and makes the best of it. Can this just hurry up?
This
Like-
segment should have been literally less than half of the length it was. And we had we'll get on to the short one.
length.
Hey, Winkies.
Put that on your OnlyFans, Paige Van Zandt.
Sex.
Yeah.
I just saw Jessie David on the old Twitter machine, everyone's pal. She's like, I've got OnlyFans too. Doesn't have to be dirty all the time, Chris. You misinformed man.
Yeah.
Aye.
And even if it is,
Yeah.
that's that
Who
person's
gives a
choice,
toss, eh?
Christopher.
Aye.
Jericho is very easy to dislike.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was going to say, like, they had this short segment with the lasses coming up next, and then a couple of other segments that felt like they could have been a bit longer. But this had to have a massive big wedge of the show.
Yeah, right.
It's like, however, man, we know it's Chris Jericho and stuff, but this, use him wisely, not just because he's there.
Yeah.
Aye. That's what I was trying to
Becoming Judas in his mind. Jimmy Hayter beats Anna
Jimmy
Jay.
Hayter.
Jamie
say. Running
Hayter
down the wing at the FA Cup final in 1966.
meets Anna Jay in the DBS tournament. Thanks for a distraction from Britt Baker. The heels beat down Anna and Tay Conti afterwards, but Thunder Rosa makes her save. Jamie Hayter.
Why was
Thumbs
Ty
up.
not out there all the time? Sorry, do
Yeah.
it properly. I need to do it properly. Ty Conti. Ty Conti. Every single time Tom says it on news video now, he has to do it all the way through.
Oh, I thought you were just doing a new thing. I was like, where's he
Oh,
going
no,
with
this is Tom's thing.
What's the tune?
Take On Me by Aha.
Oh, Ty
Take on me,
Conti,
take on
yeah.
me. All right.
Take
Conti, take
Conti.
Conti. That really needs like a bunch of people to sing along and do it, like a barbershop quartet.
He normally does the first bit, and I do the little.
Other than
after.
like take Conti, the funky monkey. Doesn't work at all, does it? It's horrible.
Tell you what.
Yeah, you know what? Tom's right.
What song was that?
Flash funky, that funky monkey.
Oh,
yeah.
I see you.
Yeah, such a hit. That's why Tom gets paid the big buck. So, yeah, Jamie Hayter, yay.
Yeah.
Ty should have been out there.
Yes, you should.
Aye,
Bad
silly,
friend.
Silly Billy, bad friends.
Well, apparently, like the Inner Circle have to be like, whoa, Jericho's against 2 against 5. Well, until he gets beat up, then make the save. MJF cuts a promo on Darby Allin in the stands. He says that they're both.
Mid.
No.
Yeah, He says they're both key parts of AEW. They're both pillars. They're really emphasizing that pillars thing, aren't they? But MJF is a symbol of everything the fans can't ever be, while Darby is an incel who can't string 4 words together.
That was fun. That was funny.
Yeah. He says that he could beat Darby with a headlock takeover. Darby says that Full Gear, he'll keep his cool and beat MJF in a proper wrestling match.
Bait him.
He'll beat him.
Markham Darby Allin.
Anyway, he heads down the ring and MJF tries to leave, but is cut off by Sting and a gang of masked hoodlums.
Well, I'm just bringing back hoodlums from when they had that feud with Team Taz over who were the real hoodlums.
They're a pair of hoodlums.
Yeah,
That's right.
They won the feud, so they are.
Yeah.
they are hoodlums. Yeah.
King of the hoodlums. Darby attacks MJF and goes for the coffin drop, but MJF escapes into the crowd.
Sean Spears and Wardlow were involved as well. I left that bit out,
Yeah,
but they were.
I think we all knew that.
They had a bit
while
of a
reading it.
brawl.
Yeah, MJF being a bit less than his usual. Something bad happened to you, you and
guys.
Little. And I'm all right with that because it can be much for muchness
I
sometimes.
liked him saying he could beat him with a headlock takeover.
No, that I like again. That
I liked him calling him an insult. He couldn't string
But
four
we
words
knew this
together.
already.
true.
We've seen it before. The first 3/4 of this segment was utter pish, I thought. Just like we've seen it before, we're hearing it again. But the cinematography on show for the fighting sequence, numerous times the different camera angles used for the one over the top and then the run and all that, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
When Darby ran
Yeah.
Check that out,
from the
Kev.
crowd. That was
Aye.
good.
Kevin Dunn.
Kevin Dunn.
You little bitch.
Watch out, man.
He's a multi-millionaire, that man. Many times over.
So just retire.
Good for him.
Just have a nice time and just live on an island and go for a swim.
Don't bother anybody.
If I was a multimillionaire, I wouldn't still be producing TV.
That's why you never be a multimillionaire,
I'd do
I guess.
whatever I wanted.
Maybe it's his passion.
Yeah, but
If I was a multimillionaire, I'd be that dude who posts those like Tony Soprano memes about like time for me to get gangster or whatever. Like, because you always see these like millionaire mindset Twitter pages and Facebook pages. It's always like, Bugs Bunny with a revolver. It's like time to get busy or whatever. They're always like, what does this mean? I was like, yeah, that's right. That's the right mindset for me.
rise and grind.
Yes, that's
Get
right.
that money.
Speaking of which, the walking embodiment of those memes, Cody Rhodes takes on Andrade. And on paper, I'm like, who's supposed to cheer for in this match?
Andrade.
No!
Yes.
The heart and soul.
Listen now.
The light against the dark.
Don't you be subscribing to, don't you be drinking Tom's Kool-Aid. Cody is a heel still,
Yeah,
right?
he is, yeah.
Thank you.
He's a heel, he doesn't know it. But
No, he does know it. He's playing us like fiddles.
Oh,
That was a little fiddle.
you'll never get a witch
That was the
pregnant.
noise it
with little fiddle.
yeah, the Dirty Fiddlers help Cody win, also known as FTR, who are
They were
hiding
under
underneath the ring.
That was quite a cool spot. He did a dive and they went clang with the belts. I like that.
That's right, with the AAA belt. It looked like he couldn't knock out a fly in the air.
he put his
those
hand
things.
through one. It was
They're
paper
made
mache.
from-
and he just went through.
The little ones you get with your Jack's action figure back in the day, they could put around your finger, would do more damage than those AAA tag
The
belts.
trays you get at a buffet.
Yeah.
It's sort of bendy. It's just those spray painted gold, aren't they?
They're very prestigious titles. The bad guys beat Cody down, but Tully and Arn get into a
Walking
confrontation.
sticks and everything. Zimmer frames getting thrown. It was fantastic.
Some brains about to get busted.
I liked how on just pulls out his Glock.
That was it. But wouldn't Tully know? And he was like, is Luger or some other American gun ready for battle?
Oh, I like the way they didn't do the classic. Like it was two wrestlers without the history of Tully and On. They'd get in each other's face. One would shove the other, and then but they just had to look at each other and were like, "All right then, okay." I was like, "Yes, it was good."
Yeah, no, I liked it.
I tell you, this segment towards the end felt grown up. I felt like I was watching grown up wrestling because there's all this money changing hands with the factions and whatnot, aren't they? Like Andrade
Yeah. Oh, they made reference to it. It's like, they actually made the money last time. It's like,
Paid
they
the
must have
pin-
done another deal with
paid the
them.
Pinnacle to get FTR.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a different level, isn't it?
Yeah.
Almost
Grown
like,
up wrestling.
Almost like it's an excuse for contrived matches that have been put together. But you know,
Before they can really fight, though, the Lucha Brothers run out for the save because they don't care for 1980 NWA tag team wrestling.
Ray Phoenix has a lovely shacket. Appreciated that.
yes.
Lovely shacket.
I forgot about the shackets. Thank you for bringing that back.
It's both a shirt and a jacket.
That's right. It's a meal deal.
It is.
It's a shoe cake, cakey shoe.
It's a cake. It's a shoe.
Tony Schiavone
Is
interviews.
that achy fakey cake, mate?
It is.
Oh, what a
And I
reference.
ain't got time for you. Tony Schiavone interviews John Silver, who is facing Adam Cole on Friday. No, he's not. Who's wrote this down? He's facing. What is it? Is it Bulge?
Budge.
Budge.
Oh yeah, Budge.
Budge, like Budgie.
Budgie is a little helicopter.
That's right.
That's right. He is brave, a little hero. Budgie and his friends go on together. Pippa, Chuck, and Lionel in a new adventure. Rocketing Rovers. Oh, Budgie's a little. I was big into Budgie when I was a kid. Yeah.
I watched it a lot as a kid. I could not tell you the theme song.
Pippa, Chuck, and Lionel.
Lionel?
There was Pippa, the girl playing.
Yeah, she was
There was Chuck, the one with the mustache. He was like an army playing.
Yeah.
Lionel was the big blue one. He was like Gordon, but from Thomas Tank Engine, but in Budgie.
The boring bastard.
Yeah, I think so. No, I think he was a bit.
That was his full name.
I think he was either a bit of a jock.
Bit insensitive at that time of
He was
day.
a bit of a jock or a bit dim. I can't remember. He was just like the macho playing.
Like the big dude who's dim. Yeah, sounds like a kid's cartoon.
Pippa, Chuck, and Lionel in a new adventure. Rocketing Rovers.
Rocketing Rovers.
That was his catchphrase.
It's Jimmy Gilligan. Oh,
Jiminy Gilligan.
yeah, that's the thing he said when he like stubs his toe.
Yeah.
Rocketing Rovers.
Rocketing Rovers.
I'm gonna kill you when I come home.
Rotors, sorry. Rotors.
That makes sense.
That makes way more sense.
Rocketing Rovers.
Because he's a helicopter, a little helicopter,
Yeah.
Budge. Adam Cole.
Yeah. He's facing Adam Cole on Friday.
So I actually
It says Cole's going to go to the meat man and that Johnny Hungy.
Yeah, it was a John Silver promo.
Yes, it was.
It was entertaining though. But I did some research because I never knew what this Budge thing was. So Luke from Cultaholic actually sent me
Being the elite stuff, isn't it?
the origin of Budge. And now I'm fully on board. I think it's funny now. But I had to watch, obviously, Being the Elite to get it.
What does it mean, Jack?
Well, have you seen it as well?
No.
Oh, well.
I saw the one promo that talked about they're trying to give names to Adam Cole.
Yes,
Like
they're
what
like,
John
GB.
Silver's trying to make
they're
Adam
trying
Cole
to
change
do
his
the
name.
Yeah.
they're trying to do the thing that Chuck Taylor did far funnier when he was coming up with fake wrestling names like Pud Nelson and Cool Dad Don Crenshaw and stuff.
Yes.
Which was the one that he actually wanted Adam Cole to use.
Yeah.
So you can imagine him at a barbecue with his hair down.
Yeah.
But the first name he came up with was like, why don't you become Budge? And then accidentally makes himself laugh by going like, I'm Budge! And then all one word, all caps. And I thought that was pretty funny. It's funnier when John Silver does it rather than me explaining
Yeah.
it. But yeah. So he calls him Budge now. I liked it. I don't know if I'd have it in my show if I was Tony, but you know.
Yeah, it's weird when sometimes the Being the Elite stuff makes its way. But I like that they only pick like the best stuff. Speaking of the best
Sour
stuff.
Boy's not showing up, has
Not
he?
Sour Boy. Even better than Sour Boy and Budge. Sammy's vlog, which I don't usually watch, but I've been made aware on Twitter. He's been like recording Taz, and I thought Taz was just going in character, but it's Taz as Taz going, bro, I don't want to be on any of these vlogs. Openly complaining to Cody as he's being filmed. It looks almost like a secret kind of like a bouncer's footage that kept, you know. And he's like, I don't want to be on these vlogs. If I am, I want to be paid. Just show up and record me. And Cody's like, well, everyone be in this shot here. You don't go play about it. It's like, don't bring everybody in here. I just want to talk to you about it. He's bringing everyone in. And then he's going up and going like, hey, how you doing, Taz and Taz's son, Hook? How you doing? Bro, why are you filming me? I don't want to be in this. You're going to pay me. You're really effing annoying me and all this stuff. Just cursing up. And he's like, Hook's not going to appear in any of these vlogs or in these other videos. And he goes, but he was in that Ethan Page one. And then Taz goes, oh yeah, you were. This is awkward silence at the end there. It's awesome because Taz goes, why would I want to be doing these additional videos? Pay me. Pay me, bro.
Can I tell you my theory, please?
Go on.
Do you remember all these reports that like Cody wasn't getting on with the Bucks and the EVPs were all not actually friends anymore, and that's why Cody and the Bucks have all been totally separate from their storylines and stuff? So I think that's why Sammy Guevara's vlog, like Cody only appears now on Sammy's vlog. He's now that adds to the theory in my opinion.
Well, I don't think they really fit in.
What a yawn. Sorry.
Thank you. It was a very impressive. I give it. I dress up as John Morrison as Dave Meltzer to give that 3 stars. It doesn't make sense in what they're doing right now. The Bucks.
What doesn't?
Cody Rhodes hanging out with them.
No, it doesn't make sense. But also, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Since they've even coincided in a match.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I get right now they're all doing separate things. And I'm all right with it.
They are.
Because it means I get to boo them all in separate matches. So what the hell are we talking about? Oh yeah, so obviously still doing the title contender tournament for Full Gear. Miro is Moxie's replacement and faces Orange Cassidy in the
And he looks to
semi-final.
God as he makes his entrance because he's God's favorite champion.
He promises to Lana, I'm going to win, Lana.
Yeah, and he says, well, it looks like you and me got God. God, you're scared of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, another amazing dimly lit promo of like the studio. And and says, yeah, all right, God, so you've obviously given me this match because you're a bit worried about me. All right, you should be, so don't worry. I'll beat this dude, then I'll come face you. It's like, oh, okay, right. Faces Orange Cassidy. Miro wins. It's some very close counts here, but Orange Cassidy beating Miro. I'm like, nah.
I was thinking when I was watching this, would I rather see Danielson versus Miro or Orange Cassidy? And at first I was thinking Orange because I was thinking I've seen Bryan versus Rusev countless times maybe.
This is different.
But this is different. And also, Bryan might have been retired when they might not have actually wrestled as much as I'm thinking. But this is different. That's the most important point. Like this isn't Bryan versus Rusev. It's Danielson versus Miro.
Yeah. This is not your usual.
Yeah.
Bryan versus... This is Marks and Spencer's. Miro.
Yeah.
Another example of someone like your Moxleys of the world who were one thing over there, gone to a new place and been something completely betterer.
Yeah.
Yes,
Much, much better.
that's English.
Yeah.
But I like them, Cassidy going for the DDT and with his neck of sand. I like that little bit. There was a couple of moments of doubt, but the right man won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best man won. He's not the best man. The best.
He was here.
Yeah.
Poor Kip Sabian, where is he?
He's hanging out
He's
in the crowd with a box on his head.
That's right, he's playing RuneScape on Twitch.
Okay.
Bless him. I also like that Toshi Funny went, oh, don't worry, this match will go on as long as it needs to. The hockey show be damned. They'll have to wait for us. And then it's like, as soon as the match was over, oh, well, they're staring down. Thank you. We'll see you Rampage back. It's like, no, that is not happening, Tony. We have to be up there now.
Tony's more of a baseball guy.
Yeah.
And congratulations to fans of the Atlanta Braves.
Is that how he said
They
it?
won the baseball. No, that's me.
All right.
They won the baseball.
Thank you to the hockey team that won. Congrats.
Yeah. Oh, what a week of
So,
wrestling.
after what we've just said, though, before we end it, what do you think? After recapping all those lovely
Reading
bits,
away.
do you think Raw was better than AEW this week?
I think they were.
There's 5 English pounds in it in the balance. You know that.
No, there's not. What?
Kayfabe.
Still think Dynamite was better. I'm sorry.
Do you?
I think Raw had more to shout about, but then it is a longer show.
Think Raw was. I think Raw made a greater leap from its usual standard, and that's an illusion. And we've gone. Ooh, yeah.
That's a good point, actually.
Such a shill.
Yes.
Oh, £5 meal deal still in the bank. There we go. Well, that was the week in.
Move of the week.
Oh, bollocks. You know
What was the move of the week?
The move of the week was Jake Hager going,
When you
Move of the week is also the Patreon pick of the week. Oh, it's a twofer.
I mentioned that. I repeated it again when you said it, thinking maybe that was your move of the week, and then I convinced myself I was wrong. I was like, no, you didn't say that.
Yeah.
But no, it was.
I've gone for it.
Did you see? Oh, very quickly. AW Dark, FTR,
No.
taking on the tag team. Tag team, I've got the name because I need you need to go to the toilet. Makes a hot tag. Yeah, I'm going to be up FTR. I'm so hyped. Yeah. Both members FTR on the canvas.
Yes.
What are they?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll go for a pin. One, instantly kicks out.
Yeah.
Obviously, hit
Shot
the
machine.
shot machine.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, the big rig.
Yeah, big rig, sorry.
Change it, Richard. That's the move of the week.
Okay.
FTR on Dark.
Yeah.
Go on, the move of the week.
And then Mark Henry went, have you ever... I appreciate that. I'm not even mad about that. When was the last time you saw a trick that worked? And Paul White replied, every time I tie my shoelaces. That was definitely the week of wrestling. Jack can go to the toilet now.
Let's have a rummage in our mail bags.
Let's have a little old look in the mailbag. It says poem with a Z on the end. Poems. Dear Cultaholic at mailbag.com. Since I'm finishing with a Cultaholic Poet Lariat submission, sorry Jack, let me start by thanking you for the comfort and cheer you lads bring every week. I lived in Newcastle upon Tyne for an all too brief 4 years, so the local references to landmarks bring back fond memories of my old hometown. Oh. Cheers lads. I'm keeping this intro as quick as I can because the poem might run on a little. Hope you enjoy. It says, just smile and pretend you're enjoying it, Jack. Grit your teeth. It'll be over soon. Bloody hell.
Keeping this intro
okay.
short. I'm joking.
There we go. The night before Full Gear.
Okay.
'Twas the night
Yes.
before Full Gear, when all through the net, not a lapsed fan was whining, not even Cornette. The ring ropes were strung, and great tension was felt. There was talk that young Hangman might soon win the belt. The ring crew were nestled, all snug in their beds, while visions of torpes danced in their... I think it's supposed to be topes. Topes danced in their heads. And JR in his black hat, and I in my mask, had settled our scores and put Taz out to task.
So he's writing this from the point of view of Excalibur.
Yeah.
This is a twist.
When out in the stadium arose a great cry, I sprang from my desk and ran to see why. Away past Gorilla, I flew like a champ, then out through the tunnel to the top of the ramp. The Tron showed a scene of winter and snow. It's Sting! Cried Giovanni with characterful glow. Characterful. 'Twas merely a sound test, but that didn't matter, 'cause out from the back, a small figure did clatter. His hair was a fluster. He grinned and said, hey. And I knew in a moment it must be TK. More rabid than beer cats.
Bearcat.
Christ. I'm sorry, pal. Bearcat. His wrestlers they came. And he cheered and he shouted and he called them by name. Now Darby, now Maxwell, Andrade and Pac. Now Jungle Boy, Cole, and Helico and Jack. On FDR Punk, on Penta and Ray. On Page and Omega, you headline today. Now Brian, now Young Bucks, now Will Hobbs and Starks. Now extras en masse from AEW Darks. Now Conti, now Baker, now Rosa and Soho. Now Abaddon, Bunny, Deeb, Shida and Riho. And as rats to Pied Piper when he played his sound. Or as creepers to Uno before Brody turned things round. So in through the ring ropes, the wrestlers they flew. And the savior of wrestling, St. Tony, climbed in too. And they grouped for a huddle right there in the ring. Such talent in one place, it made my heart sing. Now pin back your lobes, enthuse their young boss. And that means you all, from high flyer to big hoss. I know they say tribalism in wrestling's passe, but it's been here forever. So I just want to say, we've got Vinnie Mac scared. His product's in bits. Their 2.0 sucks, while ours is the tits. And I'm sure you all know this, but to recap the memo, we're winning in rating, at least in key demo. So get on and get out there, and let's have a great night. Merry full gear to all, and let's have a good fight.
Well,
I feel so festive now.
that was...
Bloody hell. Cheers, lads. Sam Widdowson, York, UK.
That was good.
P.S. Sorry for the Jack baiting. I do love you, Jack.
No, it was
but
good.
I love it especially when you try to dig yourself out of a hole. If it's any consolation, your stories are always the highlight of the podcast.
Thank you very much.
Hey.
Cheers, thank you. No, it was good.
Sam, take a bow.
It was good.
Take a bow.
Especially the on Dasher on Prancer.
That was
really
very
good.
well done. Again, I wasn't expecting to say, "Oh, I'm Excalibur."
Yeah, he's
I
Excalibur.
realized at the same
no.
time. I'm very sorry I didn't read it better. I'm very, very sorry again for seeing Beer
It was
Cat.
very vivid. I was having like visions of what was going
Right?
on in my head.
Sugar plums dancing in his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that how the line goes?
While
in the
all
original?
the
Sugar plums.
remember bed.
Oh, St. Tony, the saviour of wrestling. Paying a $5 to the lads. Now on to the males. Wow. No, near pressure, everyone else. Diddle hi, diddle ho.
Hello.
To the gentleman of Cultaholic.
I'm in the Stuart Little family.
Pains me inside when I see that.
You hate that.
But what sort of a family does that?
Stuart Little.
Yeah.
Or Diddlers.
They are.
Stuart Little. No.
You know what I reckon they are?
Hugh Grant. Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant.
Yeah.
The one from Blackadder and that.
The one from House.
Hugh
Laurie.
Hugh Laurie.
Yeah, it's not Hugh
Who's
Grant.
Hugh Jackman? Wolverine.
Wolverine.
I did get them all mixed up. The Hughes.
Hugh Grant's bumbling. Oh, I'm in the
Yeah.
sitcom. I'm in Bridget Jones's Diary. Yeah.
I would step with the prostitute. Yeah.
Yeah, in a car.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about that. Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he worked it really well.
Because
Should have killed his career. And he went, yeah, well, we all make mistakes.
I think a young Conan
Jay
O'Brien.
Leno.
Oh, that was Conan.
No, Jay Leno's the one who went, started the interview going, what were you thinking?
I wish Jay Leno would go away because I've been watching a few documentaries this week on the whole Conan.
Yeah, I honestly,
there's a few really
I've been
good ones on
getting
YouTube,
really
isn't there?
fascinated
That's
by
one
it.
I've
calling
seen.
Kevin Dunn a bit of a bitch on this podcast. Jay Leno is a bigger bitch than Kevin Dunn ever could be.
I don't think Jay Leno, okay,
Leno's won
maybe
a
Jay
wrestling
could
match,
have.
and Conan hasn't done that.
I mean, it was the studio's thing going, he's not as successful. Let's go back to him. Jay could have turned it down. Again, he's got more money than God right now. So, anyway, so what we're talking about? Last weekend.
The Littles out
Oh, yeah, Stuart Little.
Just what family does that? Bet they're a bunch of magicians. All of them. Untrustworthy.
What if Stuart
people.
Little came back as a magician? Is that your worst fear?
Pretty much, yeah. little high, little ho, little hey, little ho. Every single time they walk through that bastard front
Oh,
door.
it's kids film.
Disgusting.
Sure, it happens like twice. Maybe
No.
not. I've not seen it for a long time.
Oh, man.
I like the boat race. It's a good bit. Anyway.
I never liked it. Last weekend, I attended the 7th anniversary show of OTT, and while it was an amazing show, check out Ospreay versus Scotty Davis if you can. One of my main memories will be seeing a very drunk man get thrown out for trying to go backstage. With that being said, my question is, what is the most stupid thing you have seen a fan do at a show? Feel free to include stuff ye did also. Keep up the good work, and I also want to throw in that Ross is rocking the beard. See, told you. And I hope he keeps it past Christmas. That's Stephen from Waterford, Ireland. Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you, Stephen.
How was the form?
The stupidest thing I've ever seen a fan do is try and get past me at a wrestling show to get backstage
Oh.
under the pretense of being a magician.
Get out. No.
No. This
You
bloke,
happen to be half man, half mouse.
this bloke walked over. I was stood like, because in the venue, like it was quite an open. If like 4 of them had rushed and just forced their way backstage, they could have done. As a curtain there. It wasn't much. It wasn't like there was a whole different route around the arena to get backstage. We just put a curtain in the way.
Yeah.
Clearly, you weren't going to go past it. I was stood in the curtain, like watching the match or whatever, and he came over, and
Little high, little low.
starts chatting to me about like, oh, I remember you from. Do you remember the other night when we met like a few weeks ago? And I'm like, no, mate, sorry. He's like, oh, you were really drunk, and I was like, oh, yeah. Maybe, I guess. But I was like, I really didn't remember him at all. And he was quite distinctive. He had like long hair, and I was like, no, don't worry, longer than yours. But maybe what yours was like before you cut actually. But he was like, oh yeah, he was so drunk. But anyway, it was good to meet you and all that. Then he went away. Then he came back later on and was like, oh, just one of the lads was talking about wanting a magician backstage or something. And I was like, no, mate, I've not heard anything about this. And he was like, oh yeah, I will. Just let me get past and I'll go and find him. I was like, no, mate, like, no, can't let you do that, I'm afraid. And then he got later on, I think, either chucked out or scolded by Dragon Izu. I went and got me dad. I was like, Dragon, this man's trying to get backstage. But yeah, but then
One
I realized
of the lads
but then-
requested
a magician. Or something.
or something.
And then what I realised was, and he looked a bit like a magician would. He was kind of flamboyant. I think he had a bit of eye makeup on. He had long hair.
He had the tash.
I don't know if he had the tash.
That's how you knew he wasn't a real
But
one.
when he was drunk, so he might not have been thinking straight. But that was the stupidest thing I've ever seen a fan do. And I remember, and then I realised that the time I'd seen him first, like the time I'd apparently met him when I was drunk, obviously just hadn't happened. But I'd believed him, which was quite like, whoa. What have you
It's
done
such
there?
an out there thing to say.
Well, the problem is this was when like Rise was like wrestling central. Like all the wrestling fans would go to Rise, so I'd meet like a lot of people on a night, and not like these days. But it was like I thought I very well may have bumped into this lad in Rise, and you know I just think wow, he's just tried to use my own good nature against me. But I didn't let him in. That would have been imagine how stupid that would have been if I'd gone, oh, I met a magician. Get yourself in there.
How great is Joseph Connors was like, Jack, have you seen this magician?
Kirby's desperate to see a rabbit pulled out of a
The
hat.
thing where he pulled stuff out his nose, we've been waiting for him for an hour. You've not seen him.
Ruined the morale, Jack. You've ruined the backstage morale. Yeah.
Wow.
What I thought was that my mind didn't go to like the wrestlers wanting him to go back there and entertain them. I thought there was going to be some sort of segment that I wasn't aware of later on where there was a magic trick.
Yeah.
I thought, what's on the card? Is there anything?
Yeah.
But I couldn't think of anything. Yeah.
Well, Dragon Isu made a fan disappear.
Yeah. It was a bold strategy from the man, I've got to say.
Yeah.
The old magician gambit. But yeah, that was mine, yeah.
He's like his mate going, this one never fails. Wow. The one that sticks out when I went to PCW, Preston City Wrestling, was it the tournament? Oh, I forgot what it was called now. It's been so long ago. The 2-day, 3-day tournament. And
The Preston BAP tournament. I don't know. I'm trying to think what's really Preston.
the pie sandwich
Yeah.
tournament death. And it was won by Bubblegum. But he'd turn heel and all this. And he'd be going out the ring going, yeah, how you doing, the fans? Whatever, because the main event, taking on Lionheart. And some fan yelled at him, and I don't know what he said. He said something that really got under his skin, but it could have been anything but boo, you suck, or something. I don't know what he said. But after he won Bubblegum Stadium, So it sounded like Pokemon Stadium in my head, so I said it wrong. Bubblegum's stable came in the ring. And he opens the rope, says, "Oh, do you want to say that thing now? Do you want to say that thing again, pal?" This guy, clearly a bit magician-y, had a few. And is like, all right, goes, there's a little, like, there's the, like, where the fans sit, and then there's in a bit where you can get paid more too. So he's out that bit, so he's outside the ring. It's like in the ringside area now. And he goes, you're off your chair. Oh, okay. And he's like, "Oh, come on. And the fan gets in the ring.
Oh, no.
And we all collectively, our asses all pucker watching this. And I had to point out, Bubblegum's stable at the time consisted of Bubblegum, Rampage Brown, Chris Masters, and I think T-Bone. I'm like, okay. And we're all watching, and Rampage, all the wrestlers are daft. They're not daft enough. They're going, all right, go and do something. Like, just prod us with your little finger. Just do anything. So then we can, you saw him, lads. You saw him. He threw it first. And we're all going, oh my God, this would be amazing if he actually tries something. The fan, however, goes, nah. Gets out the ring. And the second his foot touched the outside, Fludder, not only the owner of PCW, but also a bouncer, grabs him and force marches him out of the building. And it was mercifully cut off the DVD. But yeah, that's what we thought. When he got in the ring, and we were all like, oh my God, this would be great if he does something. As soon as he left, we're actually, you know what? Maybe it was a good thing he didn't try and attack any of those individuals. So yeah, that was crazy because it was like, woof, that could have been horrible. But we would have been there for it, so we're being meant, I guess. Have you got any, Ross?
I kind of think one, but you mentioning someone heckling. I just remember the WCPW Rumble, where I threw the bin at Primate, walking back up that ramp. Yeah. Juventud Guerrera's music started, so I had to get a bit of a jog on to get out of his way.
Ross shoulder checks Juventud Guerrera's.
But there was this guy on my left-hand side as I was walking back up the ramp who was shouting these ungodly things at me, calling me fat, C-word, this, that, and the other. Shouting horrible things.
Oh.
And I was like, if there wasn't a barricade there and I didn't have to get out of the way because of Juventud Guerrera, I'd swing for you. You stupid little boy. See, I could have taken him.
You should have, yeah, all right.
I'm not hard by any stretch of the imagination, but I could have had this fella. And I was like, if there wasn't a thing there, It
was like you went up there and you went, it was actually T-Bone, Chris Masters, Rampage Brown.
It was just amazing, just like me doing stupid stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
Of course, this fella to shout that amount of abuse is the first.
You can see why Eric Cantona
I
jumped into the crowd.
mean, I can't imagine what was said to me was on the same level as Cantona, but still.
Imagine if Ross had just done a Cantona.
I was just saying, if you'd done that, give him the.
And then afterwards on YouTube, when the seagulls follow the trawler.
Yeah.
Aye.
Oh.
Yelling shining wizards in a French accent.
That's the only time I've been properly abused. What's the word I'm looking for here? Heckled.
No, abused.
No, verbally abused.
Verbally abused,
yeah.
I was just like, oh, fuck. Wish I'd go back in time and just swing.
Yeah.
You'd have been a hero.
But after the show, you would have been like, oh, Ross, good seeing you, pal.
But he was proper over the barricade, like a little Ronda Rousey in the back of the car.
I'm going to have to watch that back.
I thought you wanted to know him.
I don't know if you can see it on camera.
Yeah, if it's Juventud's entrance, it's
remember it's there.
Yeah.
I had to quickly scuttle up the stairs. Jumping higher on each step just to make sure I didn't go arse over tit.
Yeah.
That's the last thing what happened, isn't it? Well, not you.
First thing I want to see, but yes.
Would I have made it if I slipped?
Absolutely.
No, not
I want to make sure you're okay there. Yeah. Talk about making a mistake. I like it. Very method acting.
We were also there once when a fan challenged EC3 to an arm wrestle or a grapple in Trillions.
I've still got those
That
videos.
was a bad idea as well. That was
those
silly
TNA guys coming into Trillions at the very height of delete. That's all people were yelling at him. And EC3 was just having he's very polite to begin with, but after 3 minutes, he was like, yes, I know, I work with him. I see him every day. Anyway, good day, lads. I had a free afternoon the other day, and I went on the super popular and rarely buggy Peacock streaming service and picked a random pay-per-view to watch. I came across No Mercy 2002, that's a good one, which had an incredible video package for the prestigious IC title. As always, WWE video production was fantastic and got me all nostalgic for some of my favourite IC title feuds and championship runs. My question is this. With the IC belt being all but forgotten these days, and both brands' big titles being more on the predictable side as of late, how would you build back up the IC title scene to make it exciting to tune in for when defended? What wrestlers would you put in that circle of possible contenders? Hope you all are well, and as always, thank you for all that you do. All the best, Matt from Chicago, Illinois.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Matt.
I've got an answer, but it's not a very ingenious one.
Oh, before you do that, Jack, who's the IC champion?
1 second, don't tell me. 1 second, don't tell me. It's not Priest, he's the US. Don't tell me. Oh my word.
5,
No!
4,
And Nakamura?
Well done.
4.
But mate, I'll say this because that was my reaction as well. When I read these on the bus. I went, I'm pretty sure it's Nakamura. But he doesn't do much with it nowadays. He's doing stuff
That's what
with
my
Boog
answer
and
was
stuff.
gonna
But
be.
you're right, he's not. He happens to be the guy with the title around him.
Yeah.
So what were we going to say, Jack? Before I
Well, that's
interrupted?
basically what I was going to say. Like, I'd have it actually defended in proper matches, and I'd have proper feuds, and I'd have a proper division rather than just 2 people at any given time.
Yeah.
Because there's only ever 2 people, and it changes like every 5 months, like a long time before a new person steps in, and like, so clearly they don't prioritize it. So you just got to make it a division itself, haven't you? Look, I mean, AEW's TNT title only has 2 people really feuding at any given time, but they get through it faster, and the matches are important. Like, often they're like main event Dynamite and stuff.
Yeah.
And they give it a reason as well.
Yeah.
It sometimes doesn't work like the car thing with Fuego. Sometimes it doesn't work, but at least they give it a reason to be happening, not just like, here's a match, and then another match, and then a rematch, and a rematch.
Another thing, this isn't exclusive to the IC division or lack of, but WWE for some reason now don't save the big match between 2 people who hate each other for the pay-per-view. They'll have them wrestle like 10 times in the build of the pay-per-view and then wrestle again. And it's like, why? I don't understand.
Yeah.
So that's my answer, but I mean, it's not very clever. It's not a clever way of doing it.
Better than anything I had. So, yeah. Any further thoughts there, Ross?
I would give it a heel, namely Sami Zayn, a talk show. Talk show segment,
Attaboy.
but not one in the ring. Backstage, build a set, Piper's Pit-esque, and make Sami Zayn the centerpiece of the IC division, and then have many people come and challenge him and weasel his way out. That sort of stuff. But have it defended like a TV title each and every week, without fail, unless the guy's injured.
Yeah.
No excuses.
Yeah.
Get in the
Like,
ring.
it's always better when a heel's got it and running away in it, and babyface is coming. Like Ricochet. Superheroes are real.
Yeah, but my push is not. Yeah.
That's what I would do, though, yeah.
Yeah, echo those thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just treat it seriously. Have matches that aren't just... Have there only been 3 feuds this year in the IC title? It was Cruzs, Big E,
All the way through
then
WrestleMania.
Cruzs,
In my mind,
Nakamura.
it's just been Cruz, Nakamura, and Big E, and a bit of
Yeah, they
Boogs.
just mixed... And then, yeah, because then Big E was injured for a bit, then came back.
Now Cruz has been drafted away,
Yeah.
but who's Nakamura?
Nakamura, Corbin.
The Dirty Dogs at the minute, yeah.
Yeah, no, Dirty Dog's gone to Raw, so...
Oh, who did they have their match with? Sorry, Corbin and
Madcap.
Madcap.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I thought Corbin was in the Dirty Dogs for a second. What am I doing?
He could be if you wanted to.
Yeah, he could.
Elephant. We're okay.
So thank you for the question. Wagwan Diddlers.
Brilliant.
Hope everyone's doing well and keeping healthy. I bring no poetry since I'm not that artistically inclined, but I bring a story from Halloween. Oh, okay. I'd left Newcastle on the Friday to go down for the weekend back in my homelands in Yorkshire. On the Sunday night, the night of Halloween, I'm driving back to Newcastle. The perfect time to catch up on the podcast. Just as you guys begin this week in wrestling, the traffic stops completely. It's pitch dark outside and the traffic shows no sign of moving as police cars and ambulances drive past to attend to the accident ahead. Oof. As I aimlessly wonder what to do, I look into the passenger seat and see my Halloween costume. This year, it was a fiend mask with fitting blonde dreads. Oof. Of course, being a complete diddler myself, I donned the outfit and stepped out my car. I walked around for a while, dressed as the Fiend, knocking on car windows
What?
and trying to scare the extensive traffic stops on the
what?
A1.
No, you didn't.
Some people
What are
were
you
kindly
thinking, man?
amused by me, and others were visibly and audibly terrified. The night was
You
only
can't be
topped
knocking
off.
on random people's cars. Someone would have got out and battered him. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, the night was only topped off by a man who came up to me to ask if I could make sure to scare his children, as I missed them the first time I walked past. All this time, I've got my headphones in with the podcast playing. Do you guys have any stories of making the best of a bad situation? Or are there any disastrous wrestling stories that were saved at the last moment? Absolutely loving the new content you
Thank
guys
you.
have been dropping. Best wishes to everyone. Yusef from Sheffield and living in Newcastle.
Yusef,
Thank you, Mr. Northeast.
I've got to say, Yusef, I can't fathom the mindset of wanting to do that.
Yeah.
I'd be scared of getting decked. by some dad on the A1.
Yeah.
Just keep your hands off my Ford.
Right.
Or whatever. What's a dad
Oh,
car?
but no-
Not a Ford. Maybe a Ford.
Yeah.
I've got a Ford.
Oh, right. What's a dad car? Yeah, but yours isn't. Yours
A
is.
Granada.
Yours is a very smooth drive, actually.
Oh, thank you.
I'm thinking of like a dad car.
That's down to the
BMW.
driver. Audi.
There's more successful
Oh, then
dads
Audi, there we
out
go,
there, I
yeah,
suppose. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, but I can just see people going, right, I'm completely bored, got the kids screaming in the back, I need something to vent, and some guy, feet, woo. Right, that's it.
You would,
Cracking the
you
window
would
open.
crap yourself, wouldn't you? If the Fiend,
Aye.
if the Fiend came down the A1, then you
Bo, if I saw Bo Dallas on the A1, absolutely. I don't know what they
I
do.
kind of just the best of a bad situation. I think if I was streams, that was the catchphrase for the Saudi Arabia shows.
Oh,
charity
okay,
stream.
yeah, that's
Making
a
the
good
best
one.
of a bad situation. There you go.
Yes, there you go.
That's a good example.
Turn negative into positive. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't think of anything at the minute specifically.
Imagine sitting in your car and the Fiend's just there at your window tapping away.
What do you want? Yeah, if I saw the Fiend, I've seen plenty of people who like the Fiend. They know what they're going to say. Oh, got any spare change? I say best of a bad situation. When I had that dog attack about, it's over 10 years ago now, Jesus. And I was in hospital with the other guy who got like one little scratch and was acting like he'd been wounded.
Whoa.
And
Shitting on him.
we were in the hospital together, and he's like oh, that
Like
could be,
Rocky
that
and
could have been
Apollo.
really bad. Yeah. Like, he's looking like that could be really bad. And I'm looking at my feet; they look like Jesus' back after Mel Gibson had been done with him. And I'm like, all right, yeah, it could have been bad, could it, mate? Could have been bad. But I saw how like out of it was, so I just tried to entertain him the entire time. So I was just cracking jokes with him the entire time, saying, "Are you thirsty, pal?" Because I was gonna go get a drink of water. I'm not thirsty. I just want to drink it and see if it'll come out the holes in my feet like in Looney Tunes. And what they say was, I was like, all dogs go to heaven, apart from one, am I right? And all
What
this
kind
is doing
of-
just stuff to cheer him up. And eventually he started smiling a bit and he went, "Oh, mate, no offense, but I'm really glad this happened to you."
Oh,
Why?
Because it wouldn't just
he
be
was
him in
there.
the hospital by himself, I guess.
what kind of dog?
Oh, God. It was a cross, really cross, between a, F me. What's the ones
Staffy?
little, no, the ones, the barrels underneath them?
St. Bernard.
St. Bernard and a,
So big. Oh my god.
big.
It was a big dog.
I've come with
But it was big. I was just trying
what's
to
your
guess-
attack dog that you get?
Rottweiler.
So, yeah, so half Roddy,
What?
half St. Bernards. So I heard an old joke, or someone said this actually with these types. He goes, "Yeah, it was St. Bernard." And
Young
that.
Jamie, can
So
you get
it
a
was-
picture of a
Oh,
Saint
no,
Bernard?
I don't want to see it.
You can
No,
look
I'm
away.
over it now. I'm over it now.
Look away. I'm
All right,
genuinely
I'll just do
intrigued
this.
what they look like.
But someone said, "Yeah, so it's a St. Bernard and that. So it'll save your life and then it'll kill you." So,
Incredible. I never knew that was a cross that... I don't go...
oh, me neither. But I mean,
We know the pal.
They look so nice.
where we are. This is exactly what I want to see. Yeah, cool.
Which-
so there, that one.
Oh, my
Work,
word.
is it?
Top
1, 2,
row.
3, 4. Yeah, top row, 5th from the left. Doesn't do it justice. Imagine with blood round its mouth and going, "I'll get the rest of you next time."
I don't
Matthew."
know if I've ever heard this story before. It's
Oh,
all right
I've
if you
told it
don't
a whole
want to
bunch
tell
of times.
You said it on the
Yeah.
podcast
But I
before.
Oh,
have,
have
yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Well, you're at
Oh.
a park near your home or something.
That's right. Yeah, we're at Walker. So I couldn't do the whole thing at the bridge, but like again, the thing was because it was in the terraced area, lots of people heard me screaming. So
Okay.
lots of people ran the police. So no, without exaggeration, like 6 police cars showed up and completely bottled the area.
God.
And then I'm like, "Help, help." Police are like, "I'm not getting now. You see the size of that thing." Until one guy gets out and goes, "Here, boy." And the dog instantly went docile and walked towards him. He put in the back of the car.
What?
It was nothing.
Oh my god.
Stupid dog.
I can't think
Glad
of
you're
one.
dead.
But the
Stupid
story
owner, I
was-
think. Not
Oh,
dog.
yeah, it was a whole thing. But I can, walking's a bit awkward now. But yeah, again, just remember that and go, "God, that was horrible. Could have died."
Yeah.
But then just cheering up your mate. That's something I remember and going, "Yeah, all right, pal." And they put you in these weird wheelchairs as well. Well, not like, there must be the cheap ones I wear, but you can't go forwards. You can only go backwards.
Oh.
I don't know why. Maybe to stop you escaping. But I'm like, no, I came here willingly.
Is it maybe for the ambulance? Stop you
Maybe. Oh, yeah, maybe
Yeah.
that's it then. So we're just like, help. I was like, ow,
Drives
ow.
away, and Matthew just.
The dog's in the back of the police car pointing, laughing. Going,
That would be... I can't do it. That was my Muttley impression.
that was a good one. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well,
Try to do racing with him on these crap wheelchairs.
I haven't got an answer, but that was a wonderful story. So.
Oh, it's not at all, but thank you.
But you filled the space that I would have had to.
Yes, there we go. I can hear
What is
too.
that sound?
That's the aux cable come out.
It's a water fountain, apparently.
Oh, okay.
Water fountain?
Apparently, there's a Jim Ross laughing like Vince McMahon in 1995.
So
how much
those
water
were.
are they getting?
You're right.
How much water are they getting?
A lot of water. They can't hear this on the podcast, so we'll move on. It's just dead air. Thank you very much for those amazing questions and thoughts from the lovely, lovely listeners of the Cultaholic Podcast. If you have any of yourself that you want to share, or any more poet laureates, please send them to mailbag@cultaholic.com. Time for some wrist piss. Good hi hellos to the gentlemen of today's Cultaholic Podcast, including Puppet Jack, who sometimes makes appearances but doesn't always. I am Josh, writing for you from Ontario, Canada. Ooh. I thought this week you lads could indulge me in a hypothetical. That's how they speak in Canada. The BBC, All 4, Dave, and many of the networks are experiencing great talent shortages due to some rolling strikes of the workforce. Oh, are they? You have been tasked... Oh, right, it's the hypothetical. You have been tasked with filling talent rosters for several shows for the upcoming schedule. And good news, as luck would have it, the WWE, NXT, and AEW rosters are currently on European tours, along with one Tony Khan, who has opened the forbidden door for the duration of some tours, Impact, New Japan, and the like. For each of these shows, the hosts have all agreed to come on and perform their duties. For each of the following programs, if you could select a few talents from any current or recent memory roster and populate some vacancies, that would be class.
Okay.
Oh, it's like Luggles, thank you. So bear with me. We'll do it, Jack, Ross, me. 8 out of 10 cats does Countdown, alongside Rachel Riley, Susie Dent, Jimmy Carr, needs at least a player for each team, paired with any captain you feel they could play off of.
Okay.
Not asking much, are you?
Andre Chase is straight in there for me.
I was going to say that with Chris Nowinski, that would be his captain.
Chris Nowinski. Oh, she's clever.
Two university gimmicks, isn't it?
Yeah.
Andre Chase, Chris Nowinski,
The Genius.
the genius. Oh, we just do all the
Larry
time.
Boffo, yes.
The genius and Kane, because he once won the weakest link and he's clever.
Aye.
That's right.
I was going to go Virgil to go with The Genius.
What do we need a host as well?
No, well, it's Jimmy Carr.
Two
hosting
teams,
it.
isn't it?
Jimmy
It's a
Carr.
pair of any captain you feel could play off of.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah, fantastic. The Great British Bake Off needs a member for a Stand Up to Cancer special. Ooh, who'd be good cooking?
Britt Baker.
I almost went, but she's a done.
I'll
God.
go for. Who's good at?
Renee is good at cooking.
Is she?
I'll go for Brandy Rhodes. Got a cookery show.
Oh. Jim Ross, because he had the Can You Take the Heat cookery book with stuff like Slobber Knocker sandwich. I have no idea what they're called, but I imagine. And Vince's Laugh hot dogs. Yeah, I imagine it'd be a good crack at a Bake Off.
Yeah.
Talk about British things he knows, and they're like, that's nice. QI needs someone for a rousing few episodes of fun facts across Sandy Toksvig and Alan Davies.
William Regal
Oh, perfect.
and facts. Matt Hardy. Just all about himself though.
So only Series M if you're on. Yeah, okay.
Sami Zayn will know a lot of facts.
Do you think you just try and... No, that's a good one. I'd have Bo Dallas. So he'd say like, he'd say, fun fact, the moon is a satellite. And they'd be like, no, that's not true. I think you find it is. But the CIA won't tell you about it.
I'm keeping Bo in my back pocket for future, just in case there's any
good.
other shows that are more suiting.
Strictly Come Dancing needs a tag team or a power couple to record a special. I'm going to assume the Miz is not allowed to be in this because he's doing such a good job. He's been voted off this week, but still.
I'll be going for the Fashion Police all day.
Oh, and then get fired at the end.
Yeah.
I'll be going for Robert Stone and
Oh,
Zion
of course
Quinn
you are.
from this week's NXT because that routine they did with the little
That's the noises they make. During,
lovely.
Yeah. Oh, a power couple. I'm trying to think of Dan. Too Cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can't think of anything else, so I'll go with them. Would I Lie to You New teammates for David Mitchell, Lee Mack, under hosting of Rob Brydon's hosting Prowess.
What, host as well? No?
No,
No.
Rob Brydon's hosting it.
Just
he needs the money, Jack.
2 people on each team.
There's a shortage. So
Well,
yeah, just new teammates.
4.
Who's a good
4
flyer
people.
in wrestling?
Triple H.
Yeah.
Like in kayfabe, that is.
Oh, okay.
Tells all the lies, doesn't he?
Shoot.
Aye.
I'll go for Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I was going to say. God.
Who else? There's so many.
Vampiro.
Paul Heyman.
Hero.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Notorious for yeah, Heyman.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, Heyman, absolutely. He
Yeah.
could sell you the glasses off your face, that man. Yeah. Yeah, he'd win. With flawless records.
But Bob Mortimer has to be on there.
But
Yeah,
Bob
Bob
Mortimer and Paul Heyman. Oh, what a dream.
I think they'd get on. Curiously.
Yeah. Big Fat Quiz needs 2 players to pub quiz alongside teammates of your choice under Jimmy Carr's quizzical moderation.
I don't know. There's a quiz now. It's just 'cause it's very similar to other ones we've already had now.
Quizzical wrestlers.
Well, Big Fat Quiz is all about the laughs, not actually about
Yeah.
So I'll go for
funny?
the New Day.
Put Otis on the team with Noel Fielding.
Oh.
Yeah, the weird team in the corner.
He's great. He's
I'd
like a
put-
sausage snowman.
I'd put
I've
Chuck-
nicked Ross's banter from the pumpkin carving. I'm sorry,
That
because you
was
did a
good.
good
It's
Noel Fielding
fine,
impression then.
That's all he does, isn't it? One random thing mixed with another random
Yeah.
thing.
Yes, he's made an entire career based off
He's
that.
like a fountain of grass.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. The dramatic drinking up. I'll go with Chuck Taylor alongside someone like Johnny Vegas. I could see that working very well.
You're right, Chuck.
Ah.
Oh, you're right.
And finally, Taskmaster requires 1 more player to record a special retaining Alex and Greg. Ooh.
Well,
I've
I'll
never
have to,
seen Taskmaster.
have you not?
No.
I'm gonna have to.
I've also
I've got like 3 series recorded on the Sky.
Everyone tells me it's great, just
Yeah.
not go around to see it.
I'm gonna have to break the rules slightly here and go for someone outside of WWE and all them. I'm gonna have to go for someone
If the window doors open, it's
from
all right.
the UK independent scene.
Okay.
But just during his really short-lived feud with Angelico in WCPW, I'm going for the ringmaster, HT Drake, who during that time would beat Angelico by using the fact that he legitimately built the ring.
That's right.
And would like unscrew bits
Yes,
of it
he
and
would.
choke him out and stuff.
I forgot about that.
I think he'd be good at Taskmaster, having to make little things or think of solutions.
Literally the master of the ring.
Yeah, the
Because
ring
it's
man.
his.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Maybe we should have made more of that.
Yeah,
It was
what
quite
a great
clever.
gimmick. I'm the guy who's at the, what a great gimmick that would be to me. I set up the ring, so I know where I put my gun. Okay, maybe it won't work that well. So is that what they do in Taskmaster? Just the actual
There's
master of
a
tasks?
big variety of tasks though. Like it's a
Okay.
real all-rounders sort of thing. Some of them are
Right.
creative. Like you've got to. There was one recently where you had to lie on your back and paint something either 6 inches away from your face or 10 feet or whatever. So you got either a tiny little or a massive paintbrush, and you had to.
Wow.
You got to choose which
Alright.
distance, but it was up with
So
ridiculous.
somebody who's good at everything.
Yeah,
It's going to be freaking Xavier Woods, isn't he?
Yeah, that's a good.
Professor,
Xavier Woods would be very good at
PhD,
it.
king,
Yeah.
gamer, nerd, sexy, cameraman, boom mic operator. I mean, what else does he bloody do?
Plays the bass guitar.
Plays the
now.
bass. Oh, the instruments he plays, yes.
LA Knight.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He can make that show good.
Yeah.
Even better than it probably already is.
Oof, he's the
good job.
Taskmaster. He needs a plaster. That's what he would say.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah.
It's good this season. Victoria Coren Mitchell's on it, so she's bad at a lot of tasks. She'd never ridden a bike before. She rode a bike for the first time in a task.
Was the task ride a bike?
It was to ride a bike and try and complete this course as slowly as you can, but every time you put your foot down, you get a time penalty added on.
Oh, slowly as you can.
So it was hard
Okay,
not to put
yeah.
your foot down, and they had to walk, like go past like a mannequin and put a hat on it and stuff. It was hard. Yeah.
Okay.
It gets intense.
Exact opposite, use a bicycle. Yeah.
She also doesn't understand football because the last episode, they had to score a goal past Alex Horn, the co-host,
Yeah.
had to score a goal past you, but you had like 5 minutes to set up like an obstacle or something, but you weren't allowed to move the goal or the penalty spot.
So what could you do then?
So she moved things in front of the ball, and then he just a beautiful lob, just lobbed it over the top of the obstacle, and she didn't even. She could have stood in goal and caught it, but she didn't realize because she's posh. She just stood next to the goal and went no, and then the ball went in, and she was like, I should have stood in the way, shouldn't I? Yeah.
I'll have to watch it now. Thank you.
There's loads of seasons though to choose from now. Choose the one the cast you like. Choose James Acaster this season. Phenomenal.
I like James Acaster.
He's very good on it.
Sweet. Thank you.
Started making it. Had a breakdown. Bon appetit.
I thank each of you for your participation and condemn anyone who failed to cast Britt Baker. Oh, there you go. Point E.
Oh.
And Satoshi Kojima for Bake Off because he
Kojima,
loves the
bread
bread.
man. Oh man,
The bread man.
But he'd have to be the Paul Hollywood. He couldn't make it. He has to sample it. You get instead of a handshake, he just chops you loads of times.
Most of my
I'm
content.
dead impressed with myself there. I did a
That was
stupid
good.
grin after I said that. I went,
No, you should be happy. Most of my content comes from halfway around the world, and I couldn't say thank you enough. I was going to say, for a Canadian, you know a lot about UK.
British TV.
Yeah, British TV, yeah.
That's what we do.
Sounds like he's a viewer of Adam Pachiti's live stream. No, he does old
Oh, I
shows.
was going to say. He should have been all what does he stream? I've forgotten. He streams everything now. Ghost Watch.
Supermarket Sweep.
Supermarket Sweep, yeah, there we go. For everything you do, and for some of the most humble takes that you, as a group, often have to offer. Oh, humble takes, I like that.
Humble takes.
Big, meaty men talking big, meaty mental health. Always assist in tackling one's own. Thank you, Josh.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you, Josh.
Cheers, Josh.
Oh, happy to help in your own stupid way. God. Thank you very much for your thoughts there. If you have any thoughts on Reese's Pieces, British TV shows, Canadian shows, or just Taskmaster and bread, please send your thoughts to mailbag@cultaholic.com.
It's Cultaholics.
What a lovely podcast.
Ooh. How long's the recording been going, Richard?
3 hours, 3 minutes.
Oh, short one this time.
Just short of 3 hours, eh?
And there's time for just a bit more because you've been so good. And that is the big question. Will Hangman Page beat Kenny Omega for the title at AEW Full Gear?
Don't panic. It's still not this weekend. We're just getting ahead of the game.
That's right.
Because there's now else to talk about this weekend.
Right, so he should. Oh, no, there is. I'm going to RG Bargy tomorrow when I'm off work. on
RG
Friday.
Bargy?
Yeah,
What the
yeah.
hell's RG Bargy?
It's a battle of, wait for it. It's a battle of curries at the Wyland Brewery, and it's called RG Bargy. That's good, that.
Oh,
Like onion bargy.
Bahaji.
So I'm going to the
yeah.
Wyland Brewery.
That's actually good, though.
I'll be gone by the time this video goes out, so don't try and follow me there, you two people who recognise me this way. And it's gonna be, it's gonna be delicious. Can't wait.
You sounded right like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker there with that laugh. That was fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Oh, wait, is that positive? Or-
It is a
I've
positive.
become the joke.
It's an iconic laugh.
It's everything Jack does makes me laugh.
Thank you.
What time will that be in GMT?
I don't actually know what time, but it's just I've got tomorrow off, and we're recording this on a Thursday, obviously. But
Okay, cool.
That's something I'm looking forward to this weekend. Which
curries will you be
Which
eating?
curry house will win RG Bargy 2021?
Oh, it's a different curry house.
You know what? We should be the big question. What
Yeah, that's the big question.
what earth-shattering news story will come out following this podcast?
Yeah.
Since we're back
This
on
is
a
a Thursday afternoon. We've got way more time for something bad to happen.
Next week I'll reveal which one was my favourite curry. So
It's going to be bad when something bad does happen. Like,
know.
there's a fair attitude
Yeah.
towards this. It's Thursday afternoon. It's Thursday, 16:13
will Hangman win?
GMT.
Yes, he will.
Yeah.
They should not do anything else.
Yeah.
Don't be doing silly things.
After he wins the belt, they can do whatever.
Within reason.
Yeah.
Nah. I think he's a guy who can't really have a dominant reign.
No, but
He'll have it maybe one defense, then lose it.
He needs to have a couple of awe-inspiring
Because he's-
victories, though.
yeah.
'Cause he believes
Do
in
you think so?
himself now,
he's a
Maffew.
hero now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's one of these dudes who I think will be more likable and positive
In
and
the
have all the
chase.
positive vibes in the chase.
In the
Thank you.
chase. Yeah. Like Austin.
But it's been a
Yeah.
journey of self-realization, and the fact that he believes in himself now means he should topple the Big Show
Absolutely.
in his first defense,
The Big Show.
which happens immediately after Full Gear happens.
Oh, yes.
But as if we're happening on Monday Night Raw.
Oh,
But
I
it's
see.
not-
I'm on the level
Yeah,
now. Yeah.
whatever that was. But he should have a couple of big wins that we maybe wouldn't expect him to have because he believes in himself.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I gotta
Arthur's
believe.
wasted his time, hasn't he?
Yeah. He has.
I think.
That'll get-
You know what? I don't think they will. I don't think they will try and overcomplicate it. I think the match might have a bit of a run in, and then the Dark Order save him, and then he carries on and wins. But I don't think they'll try and be clever and have him lose the first one, or like there's a weird finish. I think he'll just win.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
We've been on this journey with him.
We have.
And now he believes in himself.
But when CM Punk was announced, and they're like, "Oh, what's going to happen? He's going to interfere in a match. He's going to come down in the double denim like Scott Hall. Is MJF going to come out the cult personality? Go he. And CM Punk just showed up, and it was amazing. Yep, they don't need to overcomplicate it. Tony Khan, the master of storytelling,
Yeah.
the William Shakespeare of wrestling.
Well, he just keeps it. He just keeps it simple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure the combined efforts of the Bucks, Omega and Cody, like, hey, you should. He's just like, oh, that's great, cool. Send it to us in an email, and he instantly deletes it.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, pal. Sorry. But now he's in charge. It's like, yeah, okay. How about he just wins? Yeah, he's had the setback. He took time off. Now he's back. Time's ready.
Richard's crying. He's so emotional about it. No, he was just. I was about to say, for those who can't see Richard, no one on watching the video can see. He's just wiping a bit out of his eye. Then.
Oh,
Try not to sneeze.
Oh, right. Trying not
I've
to
been
sneeze.
trying to do that. If you've been looking at me wondering why I've been going like this appearing to podcast, I'm trying not to sneeze.
people are crying watching this because they're wait for it. But because they're going, how can Ross be off his tits on Lemsip? He clearly just wants to be at home in a big bath and just around nice things, and he still kicks ass in this podcast.
Still
Kicks ass.
Yeah.
Still
What a
kick
kick-ass
ass, bro.
podcast.
Yeah.
Still kicks ass.
People are like, I'm in the best shape of my life and I'm crap.
Well, that's the secret to it all. Just get really fat, and then it absorbs everything. And you can perform to your optimum when you sat down at all times. It's just been absorbed
I feel like
into the mass of humanity.
as I get older, my body's breaking down. Like I get sore more, get aches and pains.
That's what happens, yeah. I'm
That's why we'll never be dressing up as John Morris for any Halloween.
I'm struggling with the drink in me. Not like the hangover.
Oh, aye.
How easy it comes on these days. Like, it's 2 pints and it's there the next morning.
You're at least thirsty and a bit like, whoa. Yeah.
And that's only going to get worse from here on out.
Do you remember at uni and that, where you get so drunk and then you'd wake up and do it again?
Run a mile.
Yeah.
But so last weekend I should say, it was Halloween weekend. I'm like, all right, I'm going out to Rise for the first time in about 2 years.
Oh, yeah, how was it?
Terrifying. Well, I got it ready. It was like, all right, cool. I'm feeling pretty tired, I've got to admit. So I pre-drank with Jaeger right out the bottle, like I used to do.
What a legend.
And it only occurred to me as I was drinking, going, oh, I just did like dry October, but didn't even mean to, because I just hadn't been drinking. I've been trying to set myself, like yourself, just don't drink by myself. Just go out with drink and be sociable, because it's a bit like, sometimes you're in a good mood, like, yeah, drink it. But sometimes you drink by yourself, go, I'm drinking by myself in my house. Oh, it's crap.
I never really drink by myself.
Yeah, so I have a bit of a treat. That'll give me the energy that I need, because that's what I used to do. That's how I would get in the mood. Das Mood, as they call it in Germany. And I'm like, oof, it's not really having the effect that I wanted it to. And I think my body just went.
Oh, did you not learn from X-Pac?
Yeah. What?
Just wait for it to take effect before you...
But I think my body just went, what are you doing? You know, you haven't drank in a month, and you're drinking Jaeger out the bottle, and you think you could be like Popeye again, and be doing 450 splashes, right, or something off the terrace. I couldn't make out the house.
Really?
I was I was like, all right, time to stand up. All right, enough of that. And just went to bed instead, and just felt like a old man, which is what I am, I guess.
Save it for the Christmas party, Maffew. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. God.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Hangman wins.
Hangman. Hangman has had his hangover. He says hangover. He's had a big dirty curry at the RG Bargy. And he's like, right, no more feeling like bad, no more hangovers, no more issues. We'll take on Kenny Omega and his stupid tash. I'm going to beat him. I'm going to take his Street Fighter anime pillows, throw them into a river, and then celebrate. And we'll all go, what a great storyline. I actually like wrestling and long-term storytelling. Isn't it great when it actually happens?
Do you think that he will kick out of the one-winged angel? Because I do.
Yeah.
This is the
If
moment.
there's
for
one
it.
man who should, it should be him.
Yeah.
I hope they don't base it around that, because then everyone's just waiting for that one moment to happen.
They're sort of
If he just
sprinkling
beats
in,
him,
haven't
I don't really care about the one-winged angel, like,
Kick
lore.
out of it. Big kick out.
all the way through
Big
lockdown.
Damo's move. Big Damo should kick out of it.
All the way through lockdown, it was no one's ever kicked out of this move, and it sort of changed halfway through. Kota Ibushi's the only man who's kicked out of this move. So yeah,
Yeah.
in AEW,
Yeah.
Hangman should be the one.
Yeah.
I think so as well. I think he's going to do it as well.
Should kick out
We're
with
going
one.
to look really stupid if he doesn't win, but I really do think he
No,
will.
we'll look stupid because we're wanting this to happen.
Yeah,
we're,
come
we're,
on.
we're here for the ride. We're here to go. I hope this ends well. It's not like Game of Thrones where we're here for the ride and it ends terribly and we go, well, that was a bloody waste of time. No, we're hoping it does well. We're being positive. There's nothing wrong with being positive in wrestling. Monday Night Raw was great this week.
It was
Not
all
say
right,
every
it
week,
was
but
all
I will
right,
say
it
when
was
it's
all
true.
right. Yeah, it was
Because
all
we're
right.
positive here at Cultaholic.
NXT on a roll.
We're
As
mostly
Ross said
positive
that. Ross
here
said
on the
NXT
Cultaholic
was
podcast.
on fire.
It's on fire. It's great at the minute.
I wish it was on fire. That'd be great.
Austin Chase.
Andre.
Andre
Chase.
Andre Chase.
Let's end it on that, maybe.
Yeah, you know what? That's a perfect time to end it. The power of positivity. And we could be positive if it wasn't for you, lovely, lovely people watching and listening to this. on patreon.com/Cultaholic, voting for all the fabulous things we have on offer for you on the Hall of Fame this week. And also, the fantastic, lovely, waiting for my phone to load up, fantastic Patreon special tier. Producer tier. That's right. I'll produce a tier in a minute if my phone doesn't friggin' load up because I'll throw it at the wall. And their names, of course, are Mark Leslie, Reno2200, Noah Anderson, Mike Staley, and Lou Markham.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of all the diddlers, you're the favourite. Jack, what have you got on tap for us next week? Until next week.
Well, I'm off.
Idiot.
I'm off. As
You're
the
off?
day this podcast goes out, I'll be at Argy Bargy. So
But then, yeah.
next Wednesday, we'll see how Owen's feeling. He's been a bit
You're
under
just
the
doing
weather.
nothing after that curry house for a bit.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we'll see how Owen's feeling next week on Twitch. He was a bit under the weather this week. Nothing major.
Ross.
No, it wasn't me. Well, if we're gonna,
Well, I
this
think-
this place is in turmoil at the minute because we all know the history of the Brew Crew has been well documented on this podcast.
Oh, no more drama.
They're like NWO 1996. They just do what they want whenever they want. It's the wheels have fallen off. But upstairs, obviously, we share an office with video gamers. Triple jump people, dirty video gamers
Sticky.
who don't go outside. And obviously, when they do go outside, they keep picking up viruses like colds and stuff. Because I swear to God, the last one that happened a couple of weeks ago, that was brought to the office by a video gamer, was it? Can we verify this, Richard?
Can't remember who had it first. I thought Tom had it first.
Oh my God!
It might not have been.
Might not have been, but it could have been a video gamer. And this one, Monday, right? I'm not going to name names, but Ashton from Triple Jump had the sniffles on Monday. Tuesday, I get the sniffles. Wednesday, a full-blown
This
cold.
is a weird
Thursday, Thursday, it's leaving me system, I think. I'm getting there. So we're getting the Brew Crew, one sort of virus down here, just unruly, disgusting behaviour. Then upstairs, we're getting physical colds and whatnot.
But Owen's downstairs, though. He's Brew Crew, and he's got it as well.
So maybe they've been mixing with the video
Somehow,
games. But they went for drinks last Friday, didn't they? The video gamers and Owen.
Owen wasn't there. I was there. I subbed in for him.
Right.
No, it wasn't.
the video gamers.
It might not have been. Well, Owen's girlfriend's just arrived. She's currently there as well, and they're both ill. So,
Well, I went for a drink with Owen and his girlfriend on whatever night it
How
was.
long ago?
Last weekend.
he wasn't ill then.
Oh, I wasn't with. Oh,
We'll get to the bottom of this,
I was
everyone.
going to blame Triple Jump just to start another rivalry in the
Okay.
office.
Oh, good. We need
Just
one
in
of them.
time for Survivor
Because
Series.
this is the
Ah,
second. This is the
I see.
second. Were they branded it the Cultaholic? The Cultaholic Cold. I couldn't believe the goal of it.
Coldaholic.
Coldaholic.
It's not funny.
This is the second one in a matter of a month. It's incredible.
Hey, just
Am
'cause
I
we're
to
good at them.
expect to come to work and get a cold once a month from here on out? I hope not. I hope not.
I think this is just a natural.
Yeah, it's just winter, isn't it?
Temperatures dropping. People's immune systems are weakened from not going outside for a year and a half. I think this was always going to happen.
Yeah.
But you know,
And it's the first year back with other people when the temperatures are changing after a year off.
The winds have changed. They're changing. as the
very
expression goes. So that's fantastic. So Ross, other than Lensip and feeling better, what have you got on tap for us?
I've got out. I'm at a funeral now while this is going out, so that's good. And I don't know, next week I'll do some videos. I think me and Jack were going to do another Squid Game one.
oh yeah,
How'd that go?
Well, terribly, because we made the honeycomb way too thick. Sorry, the front man made the honeycomb way too thick.
this wasn't me. This was Tom in the video, but I've
Yeah.
watched it and it was quite thick. But then I should say the front man said to me that the instructions were to make it that thick, and it wasn't the front man's fault. He said, "Oh, I didn't make it thick at all, Jack."
Oh, so we don't know who it is. That's good. I'm glad we
Adam,
did
Adam
their
Pacitti
identity.
made the honeycomb.
Yeah,
No, but I think we're going to do it. We'll do it next week. Are you in next week?
I'm in next week.
We'll do it next week.
Oh,
This cold has
awesome.
just scuppered the plans this week because I
Nice.
wasn't in the office yesterday, so
Well,
there we go. I don't know what's happening. I'll be on Twitch on Wednesday.
fantastic. Can't wait to
Yeah.
see you.
You don't
Yeah.
watch them. You never have done. You never will do. Stop buttering my arse.
I
What
can't
are
wait to
you-
hear
what
about
are
you
you doing?
streaming vaguely. I will be doing SmackDown podcast with Tom, as always. I'll be talking silly bollocks for a few hours. We're very good at that. And that'll be it until I see you lovely people next week.
Excellent stuff.
And then people have their thoughts and press, I guess, to send to us. You can at mailbag@cultaholic.com. Well, I didn't say that before. But until then, you've been lovely. We've been Cultaholic. Thank you very much for joining us. And now we point at the sign and we wonder what we're going to say. And I've thought of something. So now we're going to end the podcast with the famous expression that we always say on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Got on the same stage there. Yeah.